10ish or whatever. This is our time frame. You can find the previous adventures online so far, but tonight we're playing again. So we're back with Adam the DM, and he is leading our goblins through a bizarre and dangerous world.
You have to turn yourself up, Mike. I cannot hear you. Bring that mic closer to the deep voice.
I can't hear you, Dustin.
You really can't?
Well, now I can. I think the thing that gets is a big problem is when multiple people are talking at the same time. When there's sound coming in from more than one input, this thing has a hard time mixing it together, I think.
Stupid technology, bro.
So, what do you guys remember from last time?
Oh boy,
the bird.
Where do I see?
Oh yeah, so then we killed the bird in the mud.
Most of us killed the bird.
Yeah, most of us killed the bird.
Some of us were a little dangerous on their own, jumping on the ship and got stung by wasps and told not to be who they were.
Yeah.
And then they weren't socially distant. They got other people stung by wasps.
Yep. Sure did.
In Kent, and I believe his name is Michael McGetticles, killed the bird, and we all ate a healthy dead bird.
Oh yeah, because you burned the bird, so
right.
It got crispy, so you guys pulled pieces off of it and ate it.
That was my idea. Thanks.
Really?
It helped a lot. It was really nice.
It was a little gamey, but it was fine.
Food's my favorite.
Then, I remember at the end, I'm trying to think of how we ended it. You guys went to camp out for the night. You went to search for a place to camp so that you could rest up before laying siege to Vorka's ship that's marooned in the middle of this terrible horse pen filled with mud.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So then you find yourself, passing through the going through the woods looking for just anywhere that you think might be a safe space to camp for the night. And while this is happening, as you remember, you hear in the distance, you hear what sounds like the laughing of hyenas. So and you're known that, I mean, all the goblins are typically terrified of anything like canine. But you also know that Vorka, the cannibal goblin, that most likely lives inside of this ship, is known to keep hyena with her. She's known to socialize with hyena and birds, large birds, which is very counter to goblin culture. But you hear the sound in the distance while everyone's searching for a place to camp. So everyone give me a nature or survival roll to see if how well you find a camping spot.
Sure thing, Adam, our dungeon master. Allow me to just pull up my wonderful Meltdown Island handout of death. No.
Was it nature?
That's all the rules for what happens when you die.
Adam, was it nature? You said?
No.
Yeah, nature or survival. They should be.
My survival's a little bit better.
It should be yours. Yeah, there you go. Nature or survival.
Getting there. I'm here. Now I'm looking for nature, and I'm looking for survival. Got it. Survival. Gone. Did it.
Boom.
Crushed it.
Oh wow, yeah.
Wait, do I do both nature and survival, or?
Or it's your choice.
Either or.
Sometimes people have a bonus to one and not the other, so it helps. They're really closely tied together. But anyway, so as you have your torches in hand and you're frantically searching through the night with the hyenas close on your heels, cackling at you. You found an area that seems like a fair space, this little burrow amidst a cluster of trees, where you think you could feasibly make a decent camp, though it'll be pretty wet because it's been raining now steadily for a little while. But also, farther than that, in the distance, you see what already looks like a campsite. If you look closely around said campsite, there are two small, like bipedal figures standing. You can see their silhouettes.
I see them in my mind's eye.
Yes, and this is you specifically, Rita. You're seeing this better than anyone else. They might see the fire in the distance because it's hard to miss, but you see the silhouettes. What do you do?
And we're talking about these yackles, correct?
What?
I talked to my group.
No, it doesn't. No, the silhouettes are bipedal, so they're standing on two legs.
But they're laughing like hyenas? Or is that
No,
off
the
in
hyenas.
distance? I'm just trying to clarify.
No, you're fine. The hyenas are pursuing you at the moment while you're searching for like.
What
a
I do is I
something.
dog sniff hate.
Yeah.
What?
What does that do again? Remind me.
It has a proficiency in perception, but must roll
Oh yeah.
saves to escape small confinement. Oh no, it's just one of small confinement.
No, you're.
I thought I
no,
would be able to.
that's.
Is that the right thing to do?
That's sorry. That's supposed to be something else. That's supposed to be something else. But you do have your dog senses add to your perception when you're looking for dogs. Which I mean, I think it actually applied to when you. I think you just gain an extra perception bonus.
I do. It's a
Hence
plus
your
4
21.
for survival and plus 4 for perception as well.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, what do you guys do?
We say hello to you, bipedalness.
So wait,
So, that's why I talked to my group first. I talked to my group.
You
Either I say hello.
I don't know,
yeah.
you already said it.
That'll be a first.
I see something.
you found a.
He's learning.
So to clarify, Mike, you found like this little grove between like a cluster of trees, but it's a bit like marshy. It's a bit wet and kind of gross, but you feel like you could feasibly hide out there and try to rest if you want. But then further in the distance, you see a campfire.
Okay. Look, we don't want to get involved in anything that we don't have to, right?
I've been saying that. Oh yes.
Unless there's.
You've never said that once.
You guys have never said
Yeah,
this
that is true. That is true.
And, you know, you stabbed a guy. You stabbed Rita.
Yes, he
And
did.
I do it again. I would do it again. In a heartbeat, I would do it again.
Zero impulse control.
It's a sign of friendship, though.
But do you
Yes, it is.
remember when I was trying to sneak up on the ship with the birds, and you guys all just decided to not sneak up?
I came running in.
Yeah, you came run, and you, Rita specifically, seemed to have a huge problem with understanding the concept
To be
of
fair-
sneaking around.
My basics are.
No, just because Rita screams at the enemy and says, "Don't look here, not here, everybody. Nothing to see here."
I don't read.
Folks.
First of all, I don't read, and secondly, I take some risks.
So maybe we should tie you up. Maybe we should tie you up for just a minute.
You're trying to play the illiterate card on us right now?
I'm just reminding all of us that we're all little dummy dum-dums. Wandering through
Okay, okay.
Dungeons and Dragons of life.
Look, we just start working together instead of, like, just apart next to each other?
I agree with you, and I
This
say
is the
yes
problem. We're just having a loud discussion in the night near the thing we're trying to be sneaky.
Okay.
While you bicker, you can hear the hyena laughing get closer.
to you. I'm telling you, these dogs.
We got the dogs, and we got the dudes.
Stay here, hold that giant face down, and I'll be right back, and I'll tell you guys what is out there, and then we can sneak up, and we can stab it, we can burn it, we can do whatever we want.
Why are you Mr. Sneaky
We
Bot?
tried that last week, and there were some problems. So
Yes.
can you be super
The
sneaky?
problem was that you guys followed me.
We thought you were.
No. To
And
be
you're
fair,
not
I did
sneaky.
Not follow. I closed the door.
You are
I
not
stopped and I
sneaky.
was like,
Especially the giant face. Not
He has
sneaky.
a point.
We shall.
Statistically, the more people that try to sneak, the less successful you'll be, because each roll is another chance to fail.
You, Mr. Sneaksville.
This is a pro tip.
Okay, sneak away, Mr.
So,
Okay.
is that what you're doing? You
Yes.
Go ahead and roll stealth for me.
Okay. Ooh. 15 and a 25.
Ooh. So then, yeah, I forgot that I didn't turn off you guys' advantage. Oh well.
Yeah,
so yeah,
no.
what's that?
Go ahead.
No, it's just like a weird thing where, for some reason, always rolls advantage on your rolls. But anyway, so you slip off into the night, and you get close enough to the campsite that you can see the silhouettes. You can see more than the silhouette. You can actually see a bit of detail. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Mike.
Oh, how do I switch it back from...
Oh, sorry. If
there
it's
we go. Yep.
I'll check.
Perception... Wow, 20. 23.
So then you notice. Oh wow, yeah. So then you immediately notice that the creature before you is like it's really hairy in kind of a way that it looks like a monkey. It has a prehensile tail, but it also when you look closer, as you catch its actual face in the campfire light, it almost looks goblin-esque to you. And you've heard, like, through stories and stuff, you've heard of northern monkey goblin tribes, but you've never personally seen them. So this is, like, kind of new to you. But then while you're paying attention to this, you quickly notice something, that when Rita told you about these guys, she said that there was 2 of them, but currently you only see 1. Just then you hear a sound come up behind you, and as you swing around to face it, it's another monkey goblin. This one much more rotund, large in the stomach, with a rusted circlet on his forehead, and he says, "Hi, friend. How you doing? My name's Gunk." And then he puts his hand out towards you to shake your hand. What do you do?
I'm gonna shake his hand.
Okay, so then he's completely genuine in this, and he shakes your hand very vigorously, and you can tell he's for a goblin, he's physically very strong. He like kind of shakes your whole body when he does it. He's like, "Yeah, we saw your friends getting chased by spiders and fall into the lake nearby, and we saw you guys, but we didn't want to encroach on what you're doing, so we just kind of let you be. If you're tired or if you're hungry, you can come and join us for some food." And he gestures to the camp.
Okay. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna go talk to my friends. I'll see you in a little while.
Okay.
And then
he jumps off. He hops out off to his campsite.
Great. And I come back and I tell you guys. I try to be stealthy on the way back too, in case they're tracking, in case people are following me or something.
Okay. If you want to, go ahead and roll stealth.
24. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're the stealthiest stealth I've ever stealthed.
Well,
actually, you never stealthed him because he stealthed so much that you didn't get stealth.
Like, I've been sitting here scratching on my goblins, and I just realized, man, you just did it. Thanks, bub. I say to him as he walks back in.
To me?
Yes, you're my bub sometimes.
All right. Anyways, so apparently there's monkey goblins, and they're friendly.
Monkey goblins.
I've never heard of a friendly monkey goblin, but
Me either.
I never met a monkey goblin in my whole life.
So they've only been down here the whole time?
What are you talking about? What do you mean
I'm trying to get some backstory. What else did they say?
They've only been down here the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Guys, it's starting to rain.
It's pretty foreboding to wonder, has someone been following us this whole time? Did they say they were perhaps anywhere else? Did they see us? Or have we snuck up on them, or have they snuck up on us?
You remember, Rita, when you sat up high on the ledge previously, when Mogmarch fell into the thorny net, before falling into the lake, you did spot 2 potential monkey goblins in the trees, not far from you.
They did not help us with the bird, though. They did not warn us of the bosses.
They did not help us with the birds.
Can we get out of the rain?
They did not help us dig the turds.
Seems like they camp pretty cool.
So they have a camp. Is that what you're saying? I agree with Poog. If Poog says let's go camping, then give me a tent and let's go.
Okay. Is everyone in agreement?
Can we at least agree to stay, keep watch,
Oh,
and
totally.
shift and turn?
Absolutely.
Can we all agree on that, guys? That seems.
Shift turns of what? Agreed.
I'm going to sleep for the first 3 shifts,
That
and then
sounds
I
like-
will wake up.
That sounds like someone who likes to bring in the rear, which I like. Wait.
I'll play my wooden flute for everybody. Let's go.
So then, if you want to go ahead, you guys can decide on a watch board, or if you want to, for the night. You continue to the campground, and when you get to the fire, you can see the 2 goblins are discussing something as they one of them has a large stick and he's stirring it around in a pot of stew. I'll actually bring you guys to this little map. Not that just because there's a map doesn't always mean that there's going to be combat. It just helps to give you guys a visual representation. You notice one of the goblins, they're both furry and very monkey-esque with their tails and such, but one is kind of like a muted green color, while the other is this big, brilliant orange and red. And they just welcome you like any goblin would. They're just hanging out. The red one seems to be training. He's like doing push-ups on the ground and hopping around, and the other one's just preparing a stew. What was that, Mugmerch?
I'm unfamiliar with how a normal goblin would greet each other. Could you perhaps demonstrate that for us?
Absolutely. As you walk up, one of them, the one turning the stew, he takes his stick up for a second and rests it on the log next to him, and he's like, "Hi, friends! I hear you've talked to my brother Gunk. He's out there training because he's always training because he's my prize fighter. Yeah, we traveled down south here from the northern goblin tribe because we like meeting other goblins. We have some wares in this little shack we found here. We have some wares out here for any purchases, if anyone would like to purchase anything, because that's the type of goblins we are. We're the type of goblins that love to turn a good coin. So if you guys have anything you want to buy, yeah, just let me know." And then he shakes each of your hands individually.
Sounds like a capitalist society to me, monkey goblin.
Well, I don't even know what that means.
Neither do we.
Mike, your whole Facebook is going out on the stream right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, no,
Why would it
indeed.
be?
I didn't see that.
I was trying to close it because it kept, but it's like so slow. Why was my Facebook on the stream? You're seeing. No, Kent, you're seeing what's on Skype. You're seeing your shared screen. My Facebook wasn't going out on the stream. It was only going on to you guys. Yeah.
Because
Well, we were at least snooping on your Facebook then. So
I'll take it first shift and hang out with these monkey goblins. And I'm going to pull out my wooden flute and put everybody to sleep.
All right,
that's
roll a
love
1d20, Rollo, with your wooden flute.
1d20 now. Character sheet. No.
You scared me.
You can just roll it.
Ken, you scared me with
There's
that
d20
comment.
on the left if you want to.
I legit thought it was happening, so that's why I was like, Mike.
Yeah, no. So sorry if I got a little bit terse. I was
Mike,
like, oh shit, for a second. So
No.
Sorry about
that's
that.
Why I was just like, I don't know. Like, it seems like it's happening.
Should I tell him?
yeah, but
Right.
it was only
Who
for
wants
you
to
guys.
take the? Who wants to? That's a good. I mean, yeah. I kind of felt bad just talking while it was happening. I'm like, does he know that's going on? Who wants to take the second and third watch?
I'll take second.
Cool.
You said on the left. I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. There's a little bar on your left. There should be like a little d20, and if you click on it, you should be able to. It's a little dice.
It's the thing with the
It's the one
arrow.
with
Got it.
Second from the bottom. Yep.
Yeah. And then you can. So then.
There's a D20 and a D20. There's 2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go.
Rollo rolled a 20.
Yeah. Oh, so wait. Was the Was the first one you, or was that Mike? The
No,
10, that was Mike?
look on the chat. Rollo rolled a 20.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was checking.
Perfect.
So, as you do this, they seem excited as you pull out your flute. And what does it say about the flute in your character sheet, Rollo?
If I play it you can't play it for a long time without injury.
Because it's so splintery. And this is something that was just in his character sheet that Rollo noticed last week, that we created significance to. As you pull out your flute and you begin to play, the two monkey goblins get really excited. And the Gank, the green one that's stewing, that's turning the stew, picks up like this large accordion. And he slips one of his monkey feet, into one handle as it lays in the ground, and then he pulls the other one up so he can play the accordion with you. As Gunk does like as Gunk, the red goblin, starts doing interpretive dances, and they're just like, because goblins love songs. Everyone's ganking Gunk. Those are the two brothers.
Adam, I'm gonna start dancing, and I'm like this. I do this angry, hyped up dance where it looks like fighting in anger, but it's actually just really dancing. And I'm stabbing the air in front of me really angrily and just to the music rhythmically, just getting lost in the moment.
Go ahead and give me a performance check. It's right under your perception.
Okay.
So if you see the blue check mark, it'll be right below that. And like, as you're doing it, it's like so stiff and aggressive. But then Gunk seems to like, he's like kind of matching your movements, because his dancing actually is very like martial arts like. It's very like, you can tell. You look at him; he has this big, like tarnished golden belt around his large stomach, and you can tell. Like as Gang said, he's a fighter, so he's into this. So he starts to help you. He starts to kind of like guide your movements and stuff.
Yeah.
So then while he's doing that, go ahead and give me another performance, Mike.
Would you guys dance on the beach and they're fight dancing?
Oh
So
no,
then-
another 8.
But because of Rollo's, because of Boob's playing, and because of Gunk's assistance, you get a +2, so it's a 10. So your dancing is improved. You've learned just a little bit about monkey goblin fight dancing.
Nice.
So then, as this is happening, you can hear. What's up? No. So then, as this is going on, you can hear skittering coming from the surrounding area, and it doesn't sound like heavy feet like hyenas or anything. It sounds more like rapid scurrying, and quickly you see come from the shadows is a large what looks like a swarm of rats.
Oh, no.
They seem to be drawn to the sound of the flute playing.
Hey, you
in
Pied
particular.
Piper. Shut it down.
And they not only is it just a swarm of rats, you can tell that their tails are all intertwined and tangled, and they're forming this nasty amalgamation of vermin.
I start barfing.
Someone referred to or think. You've heard tales of this in Goblin Society, that of something called a Rat King.
Yeah, the Rat King.
Heard tales of tails being tied together. Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly.
It's
Tail
a
tied
tangled
tail.
tail.
Tangled web weave.
But they don't seem to be doing anything. They seem to just be sitting there on this bridge, watching you, and with all their 20 plus heads just staring at Food.
Who wander off?
So what do you do?
I'm gonna sing with my song.
They just seem mesmerized. So how that works? What's up?
No, I was gonna sing my song. Anyway.
Oh no, yeah. So how that works is that because you noticed that flute, I turned it into turned into a magical item essentially. So whenever you play the flute, you have two charges of it. Whenever you play the flute, you roll a d20, and whatever that number is the amount of rats that you summon. And, so you summon a swarm of rats, equal to like with a hit point value equal to the number you rolled. So if you rolled a 10, you would summon 10 rats, and the swarm of rats would have 10 HP. But because you rolled a 20, your first time ever rolling it, you summoned a Rat King. So the Rat King is stronger,
my armory.
but it's also harder to control. So anytime you want to command it to do something, you'll have to roll a nature check to see if it listens to you.
Oh, my nature check sucks.
Oh,
I got -1.
Really?
I have a -1, but yeah.
Let me look at that. But yeah. No, you don't have to do it now. You're not really commanding. Unless you want to command it to do something, you totally can.
Are you the Rat King, Poog?
Is it docile otherwise? Like it's not going to...
Yeah, they're just standing there all like intertwined and just like swaying back and forth. Just mesmerized by Poog.
Does he have to keep playing in order to keep them docile?
It seems like the effect kind of transcends that. Their temperament seems it seems to depend. Like for now, it seems stable, but it depends on how much he tries to like make them do. Like if he starts yelling at them or commanding them, they might react poorly depending on how well he handles it.
But like, is this a thing where we could...
Mike, what's up?
Well, is this the kind of thing where we could have them just like sit there overnight, and the next day just control them? Okay.
Depending if you, it seems like if you can keep them fed, and if you can, if Poog can play for them intermittently, then I think it'll keep them calm.
He can't play all night because he gets hurt with just a little bit of play.
So then roll another d20 for me, Rallo.
Alright.
His lips are already bleeding, Mike.
Oh, God.
If you look at your skills, Rallo, and you see something that you want to try to use, like a skill, to try to take place of the nature check, you can totally do that. So just let me know if you see something and you think of it. If you want to try to use like survival or something else, you can. You can figure it out.
Figured out.
Oh, okay. But I'm doing the D20 now, right?
Yeah. Just to see if you get hurt by playing the flute. So does anyone else have anything they want to do?
How did I find this before?
I want to sleep and get fully restored.
Totally, yeah. Before going to bed, you do some preparations to do your alchemy to recreate some of the inventions that you used up. And yeah, while you sleep, go and roll me a 1d100, Kent. While you sleep.
Did that work?
Yeah. So then you have like you have this strange dream of this like weird, wretched-looking goblin just dripping acid from its mouth onto your face. But other than that, you sleep perfectly fine, and you'll heal all your HP back and all your spell slots. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I want to.
Did you just come out of a trance? What's going on?
Sleep.
Yeah. So then, everyone, well, I guess everyone just, other than Kent, roll me a D100 for your rest period.
Thank you, D100.
And then also give me a perception check, everyone except for Poog.
63. 62.
Yep.
What did you say? A 1d100?
Yeah.
Oh, 9? That's a D20, you silly.
20. Wow.
No, you got a 20. Yeah.
Okay. So then, Rita, as you're sleeping, you feel like the place that you chose to sleep inside this like rickety shack, you don't realize quite right away that there's a large hole in the ceiling, and you just become like soaked. Your clothes are. I mean, you were in the rain, so you're already pretty wet. But now you're a bit pruny from all the wetness.
It really sucks because I thought going in the shack would help me stay dry, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're free. You're kept warm, a little warmer, by the fire, the small fire inside. But then also, you're not buffeted by the wind like you would be outside. And then Mike, in the distance, while you're on watch, while it's your watch, Mike or Chuffy, you just hear the screams of someone. You can't tell if it's a person or a goblin. You just hear screams in the night.
Hell.
And then Mogmerch, did you roll the D100? Oh, you were the first one too. You had the dream. Yep. And then everyone. Okay. So then, and then Pooh. As you're out on watch, other than the strangeness of the Rat King that you've summoned.
That's pretty strange. Let's give him that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You've obviously been befriending these monkey goblins, and you guys, you share insight about each other's religion. Apparently, they worship something called Kokorokoro, the Great Sun Ape, which is just a large, massive burning ape. But other than that, you guys seem to get along and have a good time.
Did you say burning ape?
Yes, a burning ape, a molting marmoset, if you will. And then for a brief second, your campfire dies out, and it kind of like is reduced to just smolders. Even though you're like keeping track of it, you're keeping it, you're giving it air and pushing it on with sticks. But then the smoldering intensifies and just bursts into this large fire, and you see this face of this this disgusting-looking goblin with these like razor-sharp fangs. It like bears down on you, but as it seems like it's gonna surround you and overwhelm you with flame, it just dissipates. And other than that, the rest of the night goes. Other than that is pretty uneventful.
It's pretty eventful evening.
Yeah,
It is.
There's a lot going
But,
on.
the thing is, after that, you don't hear the sounds of the hyenas in the distance have died down. The rats have seemed to slip away into the night, though you can still feel their presence nearby. Other than that, you wake up and there's it's relatively morning. The rain has increased. It hasn't gotten any better.
Hey, I heard somebody screaming last night out in the woods, probably over that direction somewhere.
Chucky, is that true?
Yes.
That seems like we should avoid that area.
Why would I lie to you about that?
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you make things up for your own fun and amusement, and not necessarily to help the group. So I'm just asking.
Sometimes I feel like your face is too big, but what am I going to do about it?
Rita, I have a question. Rita.
Yes. I'm gonna go ahead for Murdoch.
What are we doing?
Murdoch.
I forget. What's the next step in our quest? Do we need to go back to that boat?
No, but eventually, yes. We got to get back over there to the map. Go home.
Yeah, the map says the fireworks are located in the boat.
And we've already checked the boat out a little bit. We just was resting overnight, and now it's the day. Now we must say goodbye to our monkey friends and get it back up.
Can we invite the monkey friends along with us?
I don't see why not.
As you discuss this, Gunk, the fighter of the two, he gets really excited by this suggestion, and he's just ready to fight. He just seems so into it. But then Gank seems to turn. He calms him down. He gives him a little shoulder rub. He starts brushing his hair, and he's like, "Hey, brother, this ain't the fight for us." You know, and he's like, "Sorry, I can't risk my prize fighter on this fight. We're touring, as I said before, we're touring the various goblin encampments, and we're just having a friendly combat challenge to certain goblins in certain tribes, just to see where Gunk stands in the local goblin tribes. But though we can't help you with physical support, I do have some gifts for you guys.
I would like to try to use my charisma on Gank to convince them.
Let's talk to Gunk, though. Let's just talk to Gunk. Maybe he's his own goblin.
Do you think I should talk to Gunk or Gank, guys?
I feel like we should go around Gank and get a Gunk, but that's my vote.
Are you gonna try to separate them?
Yeah. Gunk, you're your own thing, and you ready to go?
It'll
be a fight.
1000%. I'm on board.
Adam, while this is happening,
for us.
I'm trying to pop one of the giant pustules on my face.
Oh, great! Yeah, totally.
I feel like that's a dig at me.
No, his character literally has giant pustules on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we got that.
This is not a dig. This is not a dig.
I thought you were comparing yourself to an actual zit, Dustin. I was like, wow.
A blackhead.
Okay, so I want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I want to do charisma. So where do I roll that, in my attributes or in my?
There's one part I think in your attributes. Everybody's like main stat has a rolling button in their attributes, but you can also do it on your character sheet. You can roll deception or intimidation as well if you like have a particular way. So you're trying to.
I'll do deception.
Okay.
I was gonna offer our whole future and maybe give him a baby. That's what I was gonna offer up.
What?
A baby.
A baby?
Yeah.
Like a goblin baby. You're trying
Let's
to
get it in his shack, bro. Let's make you part of the team. Oh, fish.
Okay, go ahead and roll charisma then, Rita.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This is a bad idea. Don't do that.
This is hell. This
I want
is
Boone to roll a
hell.
Constitution save while as he watches Chucky pop zips on his face. As like one of some of the goop inside gets on his face.
And pardon me, what am I rolling for?
You're rolling for charisma.
Oh, which I've got -2 for. Let's see.
As you're trying to come on to the one of the brothers.
Upland song is off.
And Rollo, you feel your stomach turn,
Whoa.
but you're able to fight the urge to vomit.
Skype is freaking out.
Upland song that.
It's okay. We're still there.
Do you want a goblin song? Reroll your charisma save.
Goblin song, my
Yes.
old friend.
Do it, Dustin.
You guys aren't doing too well. It seems a little chaotic. Gang keeps looking over his shoulder as Mogmersh tries to walk him away.
Bahama, come on, pretty mama, to the shack we will go, and we will have a new goblin in my belly. Won't you put your penis in me?
What?
Okay. Now roll the charisma.
Why?
Please stop singing.
It's more than singing about goblin penis.
You are so lucky nobody
Channel
watches
is
this
for
show,
kids,
Dustin.
guys.
In fact, I think we should.
Oh, look at that!
So, as you both, one on either side is trying to walk Gank away, talking to Mogmerch is like, hey, look at all these things I have. And he opens his jacket to show all these bombs and stuff he's created. And for a second, it seems like Gank is like curious about this. Because as a merchant himself, as a more intellectual goblin, he looks at this and he seems interested. But then Rita starts like feeling up on him, on his fur. She grabs onto his prehensile tail, and he reacts poorly. And he looks back at Gunk as Chuffy. It seems like, I guess since they walked away, Chuffy and Pooh, maybe just Chuffy, is trying to like
I'm coming on to Gunk.
or trying to communicate to Gunk like, hey man, you should fight with us. And Gank seems upset by this. He seems pretty. He rushes over and he's like, hey, you're not gonna try to take my fighter out from under me. This is my brother. We're bonded by blood. There ain't nothing you're gonna do to get between us.
I pull out my
first
wolf
goblin
spike.
to try to get my man, and they both as you pull out your weapon, they both seem to be they get defensive. Gank, he steps back and he pulls out his accordion as he readies his accordion, which seems to be his weapon, so you can assume he's a bard. And Gunk gets into a martial arts stance. You know, he gets into like kind of a flowing stance. What do the rest of you do?
I jump up immediately and I go, whoa, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? These guys are friendly. What the fuck are you doing?
They don't think I'm good enough to have sex with.
You shut your... What is that supposed to mean? Sit down with your giant head and just fucking chill out.
Look, all I'm saying is Gunk is an amazing fighter. I would love to have him on our further adventures, having an extra sword and an amazing fighter.
Look, I'm sorry about these guys. I don't even know what the hell was happening. These guys, I have no idea, but they went way off the rails. Way off.
Do you have anything to offer us, Gank?
Okay,
then
just go
to not kill you.
You go ahead and roll Mogmerch and Shuffy. Go ahead and roll diplomacy, if you please. And then what are you doing during this, Poog? So you being the one that seems to have the most rapport with them so far.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to fight. Please don't listen to Rita. No one ever should listen to Rita, even though we have to, because she's our greatest leader and a beautiful flat face. But I really, really believe that we could get this together. I mean, I'm interested in buying wares from you if you're interested, or I don't know.
If there is
They
Oh no!
How did that happen?
Oh no! Oh my god! Goblins! Oh fuck! We're gonna have to fight these guys.
As you try to persuade them to calm them down,
he's got one.
Gunk's readiness to fight was already there. But now that Rita has pulled a blade on him after, realistically sexually assaulting his brother, but he seems ready. And even at the mention that he would use his sword is almost like insulting to him, because as he knows his hands are deadly weapons. But Poog's reasoning seems to calm Gank down, which then in turn seems to calm Gunk down. He's like, I did have some gifts for you that I said just before this whole fucking social debacle happened. So I'm just gonna give them to you, Poog, because you seem to be the only one with a level ahead. And he hands you a collection of items that I'll add in the chat. One being one's a charm of wild shape. It's just an old cracked ivory idol, carved to look like a horrific but kind of silly amalgamation of various animals. Another one's a bracelet of immense size, which is a tiny bracelet barely big enough to slip onto a goblin's wrist. But also, when used, it allows the user to increase to a random size, so you can go from being small to huge or gargantuan. And then you have a Myra Moon medallion, which just gives +1 dispel damage at night if the moon is visible. And then it's just an old tarnished metal medallion depicting the moon eclipsing the sun. And the Bolo of Bravery, which gives +1 to all checks against fear, which is just a strange piece of gem encrusted jewelry tied around the neck via a braided rope. So I put those in the chat.
They're crying so much that her tears make her clothes wet again, and then she said, "Oh, don't worry, it was just wet from last night."
Yeah. And they don't seem to pay you much mind, but Gank does offer up some wares, so if anyone wants to buy a minor healing potion, you can. You just gotta trade for it, or if you have any gold or any currency. I'm not sure if anyone does. But you also can trade something from your inventory. And if anyone wants it, they also have a couple potions that potentially can refill your spell slots for the spellcasters.
I say I had a slot to fill, but nobody wanted that, and go off and cry more.
Wow. You know what? Can
I would like the bracelet of immense size, please.
Hold on.
I've got that. No.
What?
Hold on.
Yeah, Poog has all of those.
Who gets to decide who gets what?
You are a whore goblin. You are a whore goblin.
Horde goblin.
Let's get our alliterations.
Loot miser.
All right.
What are you saying, Chuffy?
But realistically, Poog, you're not going to be able to use all of that stuff You probably should give some of it out.
I'm planning on giving them out. Just relax for a second.
I say nothing.
Okay.
Things to say.
Thank you guys all very much for your hospitality. The gifts were very nice. I am so
nice.
sorry about whatever these two idiots did to piss you off. I don't even know. I don't want to know, frankly. It's a constant battle.
It was us. It was
a constant battle with us to try to figure out what's going on with them.
They were a little at fault. A little, though.
A lot.
Well,
Shut up. Let Boog talk. Let Boog talk.
Term right now, but I mean, I'm interested in buying a spell. I mean, is there a spell I can buy?
Yeah, well, he doesn't have any spells, but he has potions that can refill your spell slots. So say you use a level 1 spell, and that takes you down to 2 spell slots, so you could drink this potion, and then you'd have 2 again.
Oh, I'll take one. I'll give him my dead former happy rat.
Okay.
My toad.
Wow.
Oh no, wait, didn't you throw your toad in the fire though?
Yeah.
That was Mogmerch. Yeah, he takes it and he looks at it and he seems that he takes one of his long pointy fingernails and digs into the toad and pulls out a poison sac inside of the toad. He's like, yeah, this is of some value. I could probably use this for something. And he seems appreciative. You're a good guy, Pooh. I don't know about the rest of you, but you're a good guy.
What about me? I'm sorry. I'm going to have to stop you. What about me? I've done nothing but try to be nice. I'm the one that met you originally. I just feel a little left out right now.
You're aggressively popping your zits on.
That's me, though. That's me. That's who I am.
Your knife dancing was a little unnerving for me personally. I know nothing like it, but
that's my kind of dancing.
So, you got any other purchases before you go? Because we got shit to do. So.
Do you have anything that stabs anybody?
Mostly just potions and such.
That's what I thought. Nobody ever has anything good. Nobody ever has anything good that I want. Nope.
I mean, I personally take that offensively, but
that would show how sensitive you are as a goblin, and so let's leave.
Okay, so then you guys pack up and you head out. You head back to the ship, and it's raining fairly heavily. It doesn't seem to be like it's gonna let up anytime soon. As you approach the ship's that fence line that you crossed before, you feel another tremor in the earth as the ground shakes. You can hear as the earth belches in the distance and lets out this loud, cavernous sound. And you can smell that familiar smell of sulfur in the air. And yeah, you still see the partially charred corpse of that large bird in the distance. And other than that, behind you hear a scuttering, and you see that once again. You see the swarm of rats tangled together. And it's not that big. I'm gonna make it smaller. And they come up and they hang out with Pooh. It's like they're waiting for something.
I would like to first off thank you for finally leading and not getting us killed, my fearless, beautiful, flat-faced leader.
Thank you for the validation.
Yeah, I mean, he tried, but that was great.
And honestly, it was my fault. It was my fault this time.
I didn't want to say that, but I thank you for standing up as a goblin.
Okay, well, I'd like to give you the Myra Moon medallion.
Aww.
And then
because of the moon face? Is it just because it's like the moon face?
Yeah.
The giant moon of a face?
I mean, the other guy has lots of craters on his face.
And then I'm gonna give Kent the bracelet of immense size, since he was interested. I looked at it. I wanted it myself, but that, I mean, of course, we'll always give him.
Gosh.
That's why Poog's Poog. Poog
Wait,
Poog.
can I just say something? I don't want it for myself, but I think that a non-spellcaster would benefit more from it, like maybe Rita, unfortunately.
He's got a good point, because the Myra Moon medallion increases spellcasting.
Oh, I don't have any of that. I did.
Oh, true story.
Magical.
I'll take them both. Here's my plan for the immense size. Here's my plan for the immense size, guys. Here's my pitch for it.
Okay.
When I cast a fireball as an immensely sized person, not only do I get immensely sized, but my spells get immensely sized as well.
I don't know if that's true.
So are you saying you're gonna blow up the ship?
So anyway,
Well, I'm just saying.
I think that would be great.
I guess I will keep the Bioman Moon Medallion, and I'll give Rita the Bolo of Bravery, and then, of course, to Chuffy, I would love to give the Charm of Wild Shape. And,
Sounds fun.
alright, yeah, I know, right?
Let's do
That's like
it.
something you can handle.
Let's do
Don't
it.
give it to Rita, ever.
No, don't worry. Don't
What
worry.
about that strange piece of gem encrusted? Oh, that's me, the Bolo of Bravery.
That's the bolo, yeah. Bolo.
Yeah.
A lady wearing a bolo. Isn't it silly?
You're a goblin, first of all.
First off, and if it's a string tie that's the thing that's not tying this all together for you, then I don't know.
Okay, so then
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Rats, and I want to try to talk to them.
Oh, yeah.
What do you need?
Yeah.
Want some of that ankle handling, bro? Because I can handle an animal.
What are you guys doing here? What do you need? What do you want? Why
so then go ahead and roll me survival to try to communicate with them.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Or, I mean, I guess you could, hold on, let me see. Let me think what your, let me look at the character stuff. I mean, you could do animal
Insight?
handling. Oh, that's the one. Animal handling is probably, or
Oh,
wisdom.
yeah.
Just straight wisdom.
What about
Okay.
incommunicado? Is that a thing?
Did it go? My screen is freaking out right now.
It's alright, just
Okay.
work easy.
This is a super freak.
So you rolled an 8. Do you want to re-roll that?
Oh yeah.
You still have inspiration, right? Oh, well, I actually meant to give you inspiration for the monkey goblin interaction.
Yeah, you know the way you guys listen to Chicago albums when you was a kid? I listened to the Beach Boys. Yeah, that was my
Oh my
childhood of Chicago.
What?
So then
What a Neil Diamond.
Guess we all
you use your inspiration, and you try again, and it seems to be getting them riled up. The rats seem to be getting, some of them are going in different directions and tugging on them. They don't seem to be happy.
Play your flute.
Well, I mean, I don't need them right now. I just wanted to know something, but
they're following us.
yeah, they're following us. I mean, we'll leave them be for now because we still have to get on the ship. And, you know,
Right.
it's been like 9 days we've been in front of the ship.
I got a knife if you want to start cutting across some tails and letting them
Oh my
loose.
gosh. Oh my
Adam,
God.
I'm gonna stealthily come up behind Rita and stab her just a tiny bit, and then stealthily move
and
away.
I'm going to let it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
just
gonna
go
let
ahead and roll
anybody.
I am not going to let it
Roll a
happen.
sleight of hand for me, Mike.
Okay.
And then also, it seems like
Like we
the
lose ourselves now.
yeah, you're totally you give her a little prick, not enough to actually do any damage, but it draws a little bit of blood.
Yep.
No, I
And
haven't.
you can see through her her white wedding gown. So then you it seems like to you, Poog, that the Rat King just wants food. He just wants to be fed.
We show him the big bird then, don't we?
Feed the
You
rat.
also probably have stuff in your inventory.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is freak.
Have the rats eat the bird carcass. That's a great idea.
I thought, dude,
Yeah.
I got some meat. I got some meat here. If that's what they were talking about.
I have to restart this page.
Either or.
I'm sorry.
I have two
You're fine.
well-smoked meats. I have a pocket full of caterpillars. That sounds like a song. I'm gonna go caterpillar.
Oh, I forgot to put you guys back at So then, yeah, if you want to feed them, you can, Rita.
Well,
Or pass it on food. You pass over some of your smoked meats and caterpillars, poo, and he serves them to the rats almost like a meal. You know, he does a little plating, and they seem happy by this. And when you return into the game, Rollo, I've actually given you access to the token that is the Rat King, and then also the Rat King's character sheet with its attacks. But I can also control it. If that becomes overwhelming, if that's too much, I can also control it.
No, I'm fine. I just can't see any of the character sheets anymore. I don't know
weird.
what happened.
It's probably just reloading.
Yeah, it might be.
Did you pop it into a second window?
I had it in one, and then that freaked out, so I closed that, and then now I can't get my character sheet. All I can see is the map. That's it.
So you don't have that sidebar up at all?
I don't have any. Yeah, I've only got.
Do you have a scroll bar?
3 little lines on a.
This is
Don't have
terrible.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay.
Next to the scroll bar, there should be 3 little lines that you touch, and that will
Yeah,
pop
I don't
out.
have the scroll bar or the 3 little lines.
Little lines.
Is your window
be the size
is
of
your
the
window
window.
taking up the whole screen or part of the screen? Try to make it so it's not maximized. Make it so it's free floating.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and so on the right hand side you do have a scroll bar, right?
No.
Still no scroll bar. Resize the window, make it smaller, and tell me if you have a scroll bar then.
No.
Okay, can you restart your entire browser? Close all of your browser windows?
Oh. Yeah.
You could even use a different browser if you have to, like Microsoft
I have
Edge.
to use Google Chrome, but
Yeah, that's the go-to one.
Chrome is the
No
best,
worries.
yeah.
oh, sorry.
Yeah,
guys.
I guess
That's all right.
120 just works better with Chrome. It's fine.
Yeah, there's just times when the websites freak out, you know, and they crash.
Yeah, especially on the Roll20 has difficulty on the weekend because so many people are playing.
And it's still in beta, I think, isn't it? It's still not released fully.
I
Is
think
that
it
true?
is. I could be wrong.
Okay,
Yeah.
thought it was beta.
It might very well might be.
Dustin disappeared.
Yeah, but no worries. Yeah, we can. I mean, if anyone else wants to do anything while we're doing this, that's cool.
Alright, I'll get a beverage. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I will too. 1 second. Okay. We'll take a quick break. 5 minutes.
All right, I'll just make the fuck the police really big on the screen then.
I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy for that.
I feel like that's very aggressive.
Do you think so? Huh.
But did you see the video of that police officer that was breaking into the jewelry store with 2 other police officers with a big old saw?
No, I did
I'll
not.
send it to you. It's phenomenal. Because the guy, there's like literally 4 to 5 people who are filming them do it. And then he goes, "What is happening? This is crazy." And then he shows, just for a second, he pans over and shows there's another officer looking down and away from the officers that are over here and that are sparks flying. They're breaking into it. It says, you know, somebody's jewelry. And it's like, unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Somebody pawned their wedding ring they want to get back from their grandma or something.
Yep.
It is shocking. Shock the monkey, I said to. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're so welcome. I'm gonna get something to drink too, I think.
Wait, I just got back.
I know, but you know.
Great, this is the time for me to talk to the fans.
Exactly. This is where you talk to the fans. Exactly, Dustin.
Do not make them mad and make them all beat me up and make me pass out.
It's only me right now. I'm the only one watching. We should send this out to our friends, like Cortez. I'll send that to Cortez. It's sharing message.
Yeah, he's playing. He said he was going to watch Atlanta. He's playing poker right now.
Oh, with Pat Luce? Because that's the other person I was going to say to. How can you play poker with other people?
We have a bunch. We have a couple of sites we play on all the time.
Oh, you have sites? Oh, you guys play on sites?
Yeah, for money. Cordy's been on a roll. He's been making some dough.
Nice.
He has? Like how much dough?
I'm not going to say it out loud.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's you don't want
But
to
is it
blow him
enough
up
that
right
I should
now.
start? That's what I'm wondering. Is it enough that I should start playing?
I've known people that have made a living off of it, but I think it's pretty hard to get to that point.
Well, it's a bunch of theater people from Detroit and Chicago, and
okay.
It's fun. You know, it's like $10 a game, and depending on how many people show up. There's a new one that with another group of people that I haven't joined yet, but.
Oh, I would love to play. They don't call me the swordsman for nothing.
The swashbuckling swordsman. Oh, god damn you and that 2-3. No, this is why I haven't told you about it.
I'm dangerous. I'll never forget Fred.
With a 2-3 in his hand more than you by any fucking mean. God fuck.
I'll never forget Fredley looking at me and slamming down his card. And Pat Loose was so pissed.
Everybody got pissed at you at some point.
What was that? What happened exactly?
We were all. It was when in the heydays of us playing at the Ant, and it was the very first hand, and I had 2-3, and on the first deal out comes 2-3 and like an ace. So the people who had aces or kings or straights, they're all like, "Oh, this is my shit. Here we go," and then come out another card, and another 3, I think. So I had like a full house of 2s and 3s, and everybody else had like really good hands. But my full house beat all like 4 to 5 people took them all out. We were all in. There was 4 or 5 of us all in, and I took out 4 people.
Oh my god!
With one hand at the very first hand. And it was Fredley and a few others, and they were pissed. They were like, "How does a 2-3 take out everybody? You're the only one who shouldn't have gone all in."
always, and it was the 2-3 all the time.
Every time I got it, I was like, "I gotta play it." I gotta play it.
Oh god!
It became my hand to the point where I went to a casino and I got a 2-3, and I'm like, "Oh my god, it's happening." And I got another full house, and somebody else beat me. But when they beat me, the only way they did it is they took more money they already had on the table, and this was the whole thing: is they had the money on the table. Okay, they changed that money, and I'm like, whoa, where's this money coming from? But I don't care right now because I think I've won. And after I lost, then I was like, excuse me, how did that happen? And the pit dealer comes over and goes, excuse me, is there cheating at my tables? And I go, no, bro, I was just asking how he was able to put more money. The money was already on the table. Oh, okay. The money was already on the table. Okay, bro, you didn't have to go and cause a scene.
Yeah.
It was awkward. And so that was the last time I played poker. Because I was embarrassed that I was playing.
Back.
Good.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad my story helped.
Oh god, your poker. God damn it. You're the reason why people didn't come to my poker games anymore.
No,
that's not true. I stopped happening.
There's part of me that believed it because I was definitely a killer.
There's always some truth in a joke, you know?
I know.
I ran poker games for like 15 years, and I just at one time I just said, you know what? I'm tired of running poker games, every week for 15 years. Yeah.
When a guy comes along and can win with 2-3 at the very first
all the freaking time. Yeah.
Then I think I'm done. I wonder what Mike's looking at.
What I'm looking at is what you see on your shared thing. I put the nice little "Fuck the Police" edition logo in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen for our show.
Mike, your Facebook is on the stream right now.
You scared me. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, Mike, your Pornhub Premium is on the screen right now.
Well, I don't want to go too deep to the tab structure there, but yeah, it's like
Premium Zone.
Oh, wait a minute, is that me?
I love how Rick and Morty, the other one, the last Rick and Morty goes, no, it's cool. You can have someone follow you on Pornhub, and then you guys can figure out what each other's kinks are. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's so weird. Yeah, it's true.
And then he's talking to his brain.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Grow up, Rick. Grow up. Grow up, Rick.
God.
So everyone, make sure you're at full health. Like, make sure on your little icon, your little character, you're at your maximum health. I think I fixed everyone.
Pretty sure I'm good. I got
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like when the DM's checking in to make sure that we've got
all my spells back, right?
There's a cartoon Netflix show, or a Adult Swim show called All Masters, and it's done by the same guys who did Super Jail, I think. And the one character at the most odd and most, just the most random time will go, Ball Masters. And it's the funniest thing after you've seen it over and over again to hear him go, Ball Masters. Like I started doing it on Meltdown Island there at one point. I was like, Meltdown Island. But now I can say, Dungeon Masters.
Oh, there you go.
I like how that whole story was just a reference to a TV show so that you could do a bit.
Well,
Dustin would never do selfish comedy like that. Like, and how dare you?
It's not that it's selfish. It's just that I want to be inclusive. I want you guys to be included. How awesomely fun.
I like that turnaround. That's good.
Thanks for letting us in. I mean,
all right, are we back? Are we back?
We're back. I think we're back.
All right, Goblin voices only. Goblin voices only.
Goblin voices only.
Goblin voices only.
Okay, so you guys you find yourself in the familiar fence. On the other side of it is this large, colorful bird, axe-beaked bird that you killed earlier amidst the pit of mud. Beyond that, you see the ship marooned in the center of the mud pit that your map leads to, that you are aware is considered is the location of the fireworks.
I really quick grab Chuffy's arm and I look at his arm to see if it's the mud that he painted on his arm that symbolized from the side of the ship is still there. And I go, good work, Chuffy. Yeah, we're back.
I pull my arm away immediately.
And I have the map. Wonderful.
Because
beautiful.
I remember him doing that mud thing on his arm.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I forgot about that. That's good.
Okay.
When you look at his arm, he's like actually cleaner than Chuffy normally is because of all the rain.
Yeah, there's nothing left from the mud.
I still have the map, guys.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
This is clearly the same place that we were at.
Rat.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at it. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm looking at his phone.
And if you need any help or if it's like too much, just let me know.
Do you think?
I go leaping over the fence.
Wait! Wait! Don't pull a Leroy Jenkins on us,
There's a
please.
beehive on the fence. No, I'm joking.
I grab Rita and stop Rita from running into the middle of the mud thing.
Oh,
wait, why? There's nothing good ever happens when everybody just goes running like crazy.
And then I smack him in the face and I say, don't you ever break the line of protocol. I'm the leader who jumps fences.
The fuck? I just start laughing. I think I just start laughing.
Yeah.
We like to joke.
Like, I can't believe
a little
this.
bit, I slap him around a little bit. We have fun.
It's flirting.
Gross. No, thank you.
That's what I said, not you.
Yeah, Chuffy's been making his intentions clear for years.
Yeah.
Whether or not Rita has picked up those intentions or not, no one knows. But anyway, so what do you guys want to do?
We don't know if the mud. We don't know if the mud has gotten worse. We might sink in it and die, and just go under the mud. Do you want to go under the mud?
I know that's where we go when we kill each other. Is under the mud.
We don't want to go under the mud.
I don't want mud.
Okay. So number one, let's just check the mud and see if it's too much or if we have to figure something out. Right?
I jump
and
the
then
ground and
wait.
my ear to the mud
One more thing.
to see
One more
how
thing.
deep it is.
One more thing. You want to be sneaky again, right?
I don't know.
We don't know what around the whole perimeter is either.
Right, but I could tell you though if I get sneaky, right?
That's what I'm saying. Why don't you go get sneaky?
Okay.
Sneaky.
But remember, we had this conversation earlier about how you don't come following me when I'm sneaky, right?
No. I think I'm on board with that.
Okay.
I think
What about you,
Poog's
Rita?
on board with that.
Rita?
I'm on board with that.
I know Poog is.
I didn't follow you the last time for the whole battle, and I saved
know.
us all.
But yeah, no, Rita, you're not gonna follow me, right?
No, not this time.
Good.
So don't go crying out for Rita if you get in trouble.
That is a learned opportunity, guys. She's learning.
All right, I'm gonna find myself a stick to check the mud with, and I'm gonna go up to the edge of the pit and kind of use it to check as I go around and see if it's something I'm gonna fall into or if it's gonna be okay.
So, it's all right. Here he goes. Good luck.
So, yeah, you go to the edge of the fence and you start poking around in the mud. And you immediately notice that it's really just like it seems like it's a bit higher because of all the rainfall, but it's not so high that you're gonna drown in it. It's about it's above knee height, but you feel like you could get through it. It'll just take longer than normal, but that actually works okay with your sneaking because when you're sneaking, you're moving at half your speed anyway.
Okay.
What if somebody jumps and gets ginormous and walks us up on the
That's not going to be sneaky at all.
That's
if
not
that
sneaky.
happens. That's not sneaky.
I don't know. I feel like goblins aren't always the sneakiest, and maybe we're a little more goblin-y. Maybe I'm an old-timer. Maybe I'm an old-timer goblin.
That's your opinion, Rita. That's your opinion,
Let's goblin
Rita.
for yourself there.
My perspective as a goblin.
Okay.
Don't tell me how I identify as a goblin.
I'm going to sneak in. I'm going to sneak up to the boat, okay? Don't follow me.
Can you sneak behind it?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
There's an ocean there.
I'm going to sneak in the way that's going to give me the best cover.
All right, I'm gonna real quick. Is he still with us?
Yeah.
Oops, I must have clicked on both, but stealth was 16.
I was gonna give him guidance, so
You can do it on the. He passed that roll, so if you want to give him guidance for his next roll, absolutely. Just tell me how that looks, how that sounds.
Well, the guidance.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's like a low murmuring sound, kind of emits from the back of my ears. He can feel it, and everybody can hear it, but he can feel it in the back of his head, just making him feel warm and more perceptive.
Absolutely. So on your first go, Chuffy, you get about to here. You know, you're using this tree as cover, and it seems like it's working pretty effectively. Go ahead and give me another stealth check.
Seems like what I was about to run into.
14 adjusted. What, Dustin?
Nothing, just mumbling to myself.
So then you get a +1, right? Because of the guidance, isn't that what it is? Or is it a D4?
Guidance is, sorry, I had it.
You're fine.
That's it.
Didgeridoo noise. Nice.
Right. So then, yeah, you're able, Mike. You're able to get up to the edge of the boat in this area. As less as you want.
It adds a D4. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine.
Add the D4.
So go ahead and roll your D4 as well, Mike. So if you just do /R space D4.
Redacted.
One.
Detected.
Just a 1.
Detected.
That's fine. So then you still passed. It was just a matter of like how well you did. So you find
Like an
yourself.
Illuminati one though. Does that mean if it's better?
No. So then you find yourself near the edge of the ship. You can't see over it, and your visible sight is actually seems to be getting worse by the hour because of the rain and the wind and stuff. But you've scouted the area and you feel fairly certain that at least on the ground there are no threats.
Okay. So where am I in relation to the edge of the ship now?
Wherever you want to be.
Oh, okay. I think I want to move like back here.
Monsters.
And I want to wade through that water and just enough to remove the mud from my legs.
Okay. Makes sense.
And then
Dungeon Masters.
I'm gonna climb up the side of the boat and get on the side of the boat.
Okay. Are you like climbing up just to the edge, or are you pulling yourself onto the boat?
No, I'm just climbing up just enough to the edge so I can see what's on the boat.
Okay. Give me one more stealth check.
Good roll, roller.
14.
So, what'd you get?
14 again.
Okay. So as you peek your head over the edge there, you immediately take notice of two hyenas on the upper deck up here. You see, this is the first level of the ship, and then this is a cabin. This box here is a cabin.
Okay.
And on top of it are two hyenas that are they're chained to the main mast, which is right here. And you can see there's a... What's that?
Can you ping that main mast? Thank you.
Yeah, right here, right here. And then over here you can see the chimney that you noticed before that's smoking still, despite the rain and the weather.
So mysterious, am I right?
The hyena are just laying down, kind of sad because they're just sitting out in the rain. They're chained up.
Yeah.
No laughing this time, hyenas.
Crying hyenas.
Crying hyenas.
Crying
sound
hyenas. Okay, so Adam, in order to get up to the second level or to look in any of the windows, I would have to kind of shimmy to the side.
Yeah.
Is that true?
You can do that. Yeah.
So like along the edge like that?
Yeah, you can, if you want to shimmy and actually like hold on to the edge, you're going to need an athletics check. But if you want to like hop down and just move, or acrobatics your way, you can do that too. Like if you want to try to...
I think the acrobatics, acrobatics route for sure.
Doing like a cartwheel, I would love to see you do that.
12.
In my mind's eye.
Okay, so then you're swinging, as you're swinging from, like there's like posts that come out from the end of the ship on the ship's edge, and you can swing from one to the next. You position yourself just under this tree that kind of hangs over the ship a little bit. And it doesn't seem like you've alerted the hyenas. What do you want to do?
So I'm about here now? Oops.
Yeah.
Keep grabbing the wrong screen.
You said you were trying to look for a window?
Yeah, I'm looking for a window to peer into the cabin that's right there.
As you try to look in, it seems like you can distinctly tell that all the what used to be windows seem to be boarded up, but on the outside, for people on the exterior of the ship, the boards are covered in what looks like stretched out skin, stretched out green, pale, and yellowish goblin skin.
Okay, this is a bad news ship. Okay.
He's talking so it looks like Kent.
I think I'm just gonna take one more peek in over here on my way back.
Okay.
It's not easy.
And see if I can see in the if there's any like way to see inside anywhere along the side of the ship.
It's a lot of the same, except for this cabin is more decorated. It's just like has bones hanging from it, various horrors attached to it.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back to the group now.
Okay, you're back.
All right, guys.
Where were you?
This is you know exactly where I was.
What took you so goddamn long?
Are you serious, Mogmerch?
You know how hard it is to keep Rita in one place? God damn it.
I want to go
so
over here
sorry.
and redact some of this
I'm
screen.
so
Believe
sorry.
me.
Okay.
I would have killed to be on that mission, but I
Do you
couldn't
want it?
be
You're
because I
not
couldn't
sneaky
follow
though,
you.
Mogmerch. You're not.
I know. No, that's what I'm saying. That's
You're
what I'm saying.
loud.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
People
I'm saying.
hear you.
We had the hard part. We had the hard part.
We had the hardest part.
The hardest part.
Okay.
And that was Rita speaking for dealing with Rita.
First of all,
Go ahead.
there's two hyenas on the boat,
That's no laughing
and they're
matter.
tied up. They're tied up to the mast, but still, anybody could release those things at any minute.
I hate dogs.
Yeah.
I hate dogs. I hate dogs so bad.
Same.
I hate dogs.
Same.
Well said. Well said.
Gunk and Gank were here, guys, we could have sent those dudes.
Yeah, well, you guys fucked that up, so we can't have them here.
We talked about it, and then guess what? You do want to
I do have a
Okay. The other thing.
That's true.
Oh, the Rat King.
This is an important part. You might want to listen to this part. There is goblin skin stretched over all kinds of things. Whatever lives on the boat is not a good thing. It is a bad thing.
It's Vorka the cannibal, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
we want to be careful.
Definitely there, like you knew this smoker
Yes.
was going to be here. Vorka?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So,
Vorka.
I think that's a good sign that they're probably worn down, and we could probably take them.
Worn down. What do you think makes them worn down?
I don't know. I was just
You're
trying
just
to
saying the words worn
No,
down
it's-
because you like the way they feel in your mouth? What's going on?
Dude. One down.
Okay.
I'm a little worn down by standing around.
So,
That
what we want to
describes
do,
so much, Mike. Thank you for that.
we want to break into the boat and get the fireworks, right?
All right.
So we got to
it a
not
ship,
blow the.
man?
We can't blow the boat up. We can't blow up the boat.
Right. So no
Right.
fireballs.
So no.
Even just like from when you were crawling on it, Shuffy, even when you were like climbing it and crawling on it, the wood seems so like wet over and it's collected so much moisture over time that there's no way you could blow that boat up.
Okay.
Even if we had a 67-foot tall murder dog.
But you don't. So
We don't. We
It
don't.
doesn't exist.
Rita, we do not. We do not have that.
Well, but I could use my bracelet.
You're saying that there's no way. Well, that.
It is a random size. You couldn't just be like 1/10, like 1/10 of the size larger. Like, I mean, like, if you roll, yeah, right.
I didn't want to say 69. Like,
Like,
It
I
might
also
just
have
make
the
you
heart
like
of a
an
lion.
inch taller. Yeah.
then I say let's get at it.
Wait,
Hold
what does
on.
that mean?
I think-
Time out.
Here's
Time
what
out.
I think.
Like dog.
You want to know what I think? I
What?
think that we take some meat from that bird over there, we put something poison in it, and we throw it to the dogs.
Yep.
And then we drill into the side of the boat and
Yep.
get into the
Uh-huh.
inside of the boat from the muddy part and sneak
Use
in
the
and get
Rat
what we
King
want
to
and then
gnaw
go.
through the wood.
No, I'm taking.
Use the Rat
okay,
King
how
to
about-
gnaw through the wood.
Me and the Rat King are going to go up over the side, and I'm going to use my climbing, and he's going to use his amazing dexterity. And I hate dogs. I hate dogs so freaking much. I'm killing the dogs. And
How
I'm
much
talking
meat
about it
left on that
anymore.
bird? Because I feel like a bird.
But I like the bird poison. I like the bird poison plan.
I feel like I could use my spider climb and climb up this tree and throw the meat up on that ship. That's what I feel like.
You
I
totally
Okay.
could.
That's a good idea. It's a good job for you. Good idea.
I hate dogs. I'm going.
I
I'm
get
going
poop
now.
hugged.
I'm going to go.
I'm gonna give him a heart-to-heart real quick. I'm gonna grab his shoulders.
We're gonna kill him. Don't you worry. Talk.
We don't look, Poog. We do not want to be dog food, right?
I don't want to. I kill dogs. I kill the dogs. I kill
Then we
the
can
dogs.
kill. Well, let's kill the dogs in just a minute, but we have to do it the right way, or else we're all gonna be dog food.
Just a minute.
You said they were
That's
chained up. Like,
Okay.
What are they going to do?
I'm going to use my charisma and intimidation to calm him down.
Intimidation.
So far, Chuffy's had heart-to-hearts with 2 out of the 3 goblins.
He's also snapped one of the,
He's very
beat
sensitive.
him in. That's funny. It's a
So
funny.
you can go ahead and roll intimidation if you want, Ken.
Intimidating Poog.
In what way are you trying to intimidate Poog?
Sort of like, Ned Beatty at the end of Network or Gandalf when he, had to puff himself up.
Yeah, very, very with your intellect rather than
Intellect,
your physique.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Grab my vodka for this.
Maybe his dark red eyes as well, or be maybe with those.
So then, where'd Poog go? Poog, if you can still hear me. Oh, okay. If you can still hear me, when you get a chance, I need you to roll a wisdom save. So just click on your wisdom stat and your save
I'm going to
throws.
save that, and I'm going to go kill these things try to intimidate me. I swear to God, there's dogs up here. I don't like dogs.
Listen, Boog. Listen to yourself. Alright?
Oh.
You tried, but as Mogmert is speaking to you, he's like, he's holding this jar in his hand, and he's just like waving it back and forth while he's speaking, and you can see all these like green, scary fumes coming out of it, and all these. It seems like the faces of dogs eating goblins, and a goblin getting kicked by a horse, and another goblin being eaten by a large bird. All these things that you fear, and then the last thing you see is yourself, Poog. You see yourself riding on the back of a goblin dog, the only acceptable form of dog to goblins. But as you're riding it, you fall off of it, and all of your goblin companions are around you, and they're pointing and laughing at you. It makes you sad.
That happens every time.
And you back down. You kind of back down, and you're more willing now to listen to your compatriots. So what are you trying to do?
I jump over and grab some meat from that bird there.
Cool.
And
does anyone have a method of poison? Do they have anything in their inventory?
Checking Chuppies right now.
Get out of my inventory.
That makes the most sense.
I have a jar. I have boy, I don't have much, I realize, after I grab the meat and come back to my friends.
Does anybody have a skill that lets us find poisonous plants or anything, like survival?
Survival or nature would do that.
Okay, my nature is not the best. Who has the best intelligence here?
Me.
Yeah, me.
Who's the smartest one? Rollo?
Me. Everybody should say me right now.
It's definitely not Rita.
Of you. I think Poog probably has the most. He probably has the most survival. So if you want to look for a poisonous herb, go ahead and just roll straight up survival for me. And then
I'm gonna give it a shot anyway, even though I only got a 10.
Yeah, you feel like you found like you find this plant and you're familiar. You remember one of the Rita gets poison ivy. Rita gets poison ivy. You're like, you're really itchy.
This is hell.
This is hell. Who sees it just before Rita steps in the poison ivy, but he's not able to call out to him to prevent him from stepping in it. But then he is able to prevent him from stepping further into this bush, which contains an even more poisonous plant that he was about to walk into, which is called dog's breath, which is this like foul-smelling plant that the goblins are always told to stay away from. Particularly the old shaman that told stories at your first campsite would tell stories about goblins that had walked into this plant or eaten it and gotten very sick, and some of them even died. So you know it to be quite poisonous. If Mogmert, if you want to go ahead and give me a charisma, you can try to turn this plant into a usable poison.
Dungeon Masters. See, Mike?
Yeah.
Feels good in his mouth. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Part of the story.
Yeah, you take your time, and everyone kind of uses whatever they have to create almost like a basic shelter to cover the rain from you, Mogmert. As you mix some stuff, you turn the plant into a fine powder, and you feel like you've made yourself a fairly potent poison substance. You're able to mix it with the food pretty easily, and you guys have made yourself some poisonous bait. What do you guys want to do?
Nice job, guys.
I use my spider's crawl, climb, crawl, and climb up the tree and just throw the meat.
I think that's a bad idea. I think we should.
I think we could just walk right up to the boat and throw it on the boat.
No,
I don't think we need to climb the tree.
You need to do that, Mike. You're the sneaky one.
Okay, good call.
I have the ring of climbing too.
Oh,
but if you guys want to, as Chuppy does this, if you guys want to try to get into position, you can do that. Go ahead and go ahead and move yourselves into position on the map wherever you want to place your tokens.
Thank
and
you,
if you're within, I'd say if you're within 10 feet of the ship, If you get within 10 feet of the ship, then you'll have to roll stealth. But if you're outside of 10 feet, then you'll be able to avoid rolling stealth. And if you want to like climb a tree or something, you can totally do that. Just let me know if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm up the tree.
Okay. If you want to climb the tree, you'll have to give me athletics to get up there. You might have stuff in your inventory that helps you with that. I'm not sure.
I don't really think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the climbing ring. Maybe I should.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was bad. That was real bad.
Hey, are we gonna try to burst into the side of the boat? Guys, you want to try to?
I don't think we have any big drills.
I don't know if we do.
Mogmurch's attempt to climb the tree is like so sad, and everyone knows while he's doing it. They're like, "Why? He always tries to climb the tree." It's just pathetic. You're not damaged in any way other than your pride, Mogmurch.
Fuck it.
I give him a kind of a condescending pat on the shoulder as I walk by. I'm like, it's okay.
So what do you guys want to try to do?
I'm going to try to climb the tree.
We throw the meat on the boat.
Okay.
Whoa!
Give me an
Stop!
athletics. Who's throwing the meat?
I have the meat.
Chuff chuff.
Okay, I'm gonna position myself. I'm gonna position myself over 10 feet away of the ladder in front.
Okay.
So sweet to call him chuff chuff.
And,
All right, so I'm gonna. Is everyone ready? I look at everybody.
Chuff, chuff.
And I get a +5 to my athletics, right?
Yep.
So what do I use to throw this? Is that a dexterity?
How high up is it? So I mean, I guess you can do dexterity to see how like hard you can throw it, and then or strength to see how hard you can throw it, and then dexterity to see how accurately you can throw it.
How high up is it?
I'd say the ship. I think the ship is like 15 feet tall.
That's pretty good.
76 foot tall.
What?
A 76 foot tall Murdoch. It's only 15 feet.
Mogmurch.
Stomp on
Mogmurch.
Stomp on
He's giving us a problem.
I'd say it's about 15 to 20 feet up.
All right. Is
Rallo, as Pooh is climbing up, and you climb up with this weird, creepy, like kind of spider-like quality because of the ring, or it's more monkey-like, I guess, in your case. And you, at one point, a branch does break, but you make it up otherwise without impediment. And you get up into the tree, pretty high up, at least just under level with the ship. What do you want to do, Shuffy?
Yeah, first I'm gonna stab the boat a little bit. I'm just gonna stab the boat. Just as the boat is just I don't know, it's another part of my journey in this life, and I gotta stab it, you know?
It seems like as you stab into it, it seems like you'd be able to carve your name into it if you wanted, though it might be noisy. But it seems like trying to actually bore through it in any way that's like substantial is going to be really difficult.
Okay.
It's a pretty high quality ship, despite it being like very wet.
I want to just try to take a tiny slice of wood with me.
Okay, you can do that. You can pop out a little sliver of.
Okay.
Throw the meat.
Okay, I'm throwing the meat now. All right. So a strength check and then a dexterity check. All right.
Toss that meat.
Toss that meat around. Put that meat up on the deck. Let's see it.
6 total.
So then, do you want to re-roll the strength?
Yeah.
You should have inspiration as well from your stabbing of.
He had a dexterity save of a perfect.
Yeah.
There we
so
go.
Yeah, that one. You throw it first, and then the meat comes and slaps back down on your face first, like a cartoon. And you peel it off, and you give it one more, and you spin your arm and throw it up, and it lands. Let me see. So then.
Right in between the two Cryenas.
So then.
Makes so much sense, Mike.
So then it lands right here. Let me get a little draw a little shape there for it.
Dungeon Master.
And everyone go ahead and click your icons, your tokens, and then roll initiative for me.
Thank you, initiative.
Thank you, initiative.
Inspiration, initiative.
Ooh.
I didn't do well at all. So I sing the song of Goblins long and make it short, and so I can re-roll.
Wow, that was a lazy effort, I have to say.
I mean, I guess I'll be the judge of that.
You rolled a 6 for your next one.
I'll roll again, and Satan, you'll see a 6 will be my number 3. I mean, this rhyming pattern is sick, though.
I mean, like, it's anemic. Yeah, it's anemic, but it's...
definitely sick.
Oh, did mine not come through?
Mogmarch 15.
I mean, you can just tell me.
Yeah, I don't see yours, Rollo. Oh, unless that was yours, the 7 up there.
Oh, I guess it was. Yeah, no, I have it on my... Okay. So I had a 7.
Okay.
Oh, if you click on the word initiative on your character sheet, it'll do it for you.
Yeah, I have when I do it, I have the ones at the bottom of my, I got them set up at the bottom of my screen, and for some reason they do it that way.
Huh.
Isn't that weird, guys?
But I got a 7.
All right.
Yeah, that 15
Cool.
doesn't count. I had a 7 first.
Okay, so then we got Chuffy on there, Mogmarch, Rita, and then just, Poop.
Always the third one. I'm always the third one.
It's probably, yeah. I mean, you are the healer.
You are the healer.
You and Chuffy are the glue that holds this group together.
It's true.
Mogmarch is very important with his great health.
And pretty powerful spellcasting too.
Look, guys, we're all important. Okay,
But
we're all
socially, Chuffy and Poog are the glue.
Yeah. Oh, clear.
Okay, so then,
I'm the bottom.
But what about the Rat King? Do I have to roll him?
no, he just acts on your turn.
Okay.
So then, as you this happens, how did you get up there, Dustin?
Oops. Honestly.
I mean, you can be up there if you want to blow the whole plan. So then you wait and you peer over the wall. Are you climbing up, Chuffy? Are you trying to climb up so that you can see what's going on or anything?
I'm trying to do that from a tree.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chuffy. I forgot. Yeah, Mogmarch can see just fine. As the meat slaps pretty much right in front of, but one level below this hyena. The hyena it catches its attention. Its ears perk up, and it smells in the air. And despite the heavy wind and rain, it's able to catch the scent of the burning chicken, the charred chicken. So then it hops down and bites onto it. The other one, he tries to go for it as well. But his leash prevents him from getting there. His chain seems kinked up, and it prevents him from getting there. And he seems angry at the other hyena.
I thought we made 2.
It just sits kind of like playfully and starts to like slowly eat at the meat while it's staring at the other hyena. What's that, Mike?
I thought we made 2 of them, but I never checked.
Wicked games, hyena.
My bad.
Games.
So what do you want to do?
Do we have enough leftovers to make another one?
What you were able to gather was only enough to make 1.
And I think it's time for some dog stabbing. Call me crazy.
Okay. I like the attitude. I like that.
Turn. It is actually Chuffy's turn. So.
All right, I'm gonna try to climb up the side of the boat and stealth my way to the middle mast.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to climb that sucker.
That was my favorite 19th century novel, Middlemast.
Middlemast.
Yeah.
Oh, Matthew.
Ooh! What do you know about that?
Yeah.
Ooh, he said.
Ooh!
Okay, so then
We got him.
because you rolled a crit, I'll even let that forego your acrobatics. So you like shimmy across the side of the ship, and then you're able to get yourself on. Go ahead and position yourself onto the upper deck, wherever you want.
Okay.
We're aiming for.
Oops.
Upper decker.
So then, are you trying to climb the center mast then?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm trying to get up into the rigging.
Yeah, you're able to make yourself about halfway up.
Great.
With like
do the jump thing.
Climbing the ship, climbing the walking across the deck, and then climbing the mast. You're able to get yourself about halfway up.
Cool.
And that's because of the critical.
All right.
Okay.
Then I'm just gonna hunker. I'm just gonna
hold your turn.
Yep. That's
okay.
it.
So then next up is Mogmer, and then after that is Poog, then Rita.
I would like to put on the bracelet of immense size.
Okay.
You gonna take a
So
peek
then,
inside that smoking hole?
What?
I don't know.
So yeah.
Funny.
Go ahead and
The show is for kids.
Go ahead and roll me a d6. Ken.
Kids don't pee.
All right.
You just don't want to
D6,
talk.
1d6?
There's things you don't want to talk with kids about, really.
So then, you as you put it on and you attune with it, you can feel its magic course through you, and it seems to like flare for a second, like your body begins to expand, but then it immediately deflates, and it turns you. It turns you to like even smaller than the normal goblin size.
Oh,
not quite microscopic, but I'd say about the size of a rat.
Yes.
Oh no.
I'm very excited.
So your speed will be lowered by I have to remember what your speed number is in this
Feel
game.
bad to you,
30.
but you'll be smaller, bro.
Yeah, your speed is lowered in this state to 20.
Oh.
Boy, it looks like that wasn't such a gift now. It looks like it was more of a curse.
Okay.
You
Can I
can still do stuff.
scurry up onto deck?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Them murder hornets.
Yeah,
I
give me
want
a
to scurry.
perception check if you want.
Yeah, and I would like to take a look around for any, especially for any rat-sized holes.
Okay.
Nice thinking there, Adam.
Okay, where's perception?
Mike,
It
Can't
should
you
be,
mean?
it's right on your skills. So if you look up
Yeah, madam.
what's your stats where we're looking right now, perception's down below by performance and persuasion.
Dungeon Masters.
All right, you as you're approaching, you can see that the hive that Chuffy or that Poog and Rita got stung by that they've talked about has since fallen into the mud, and it's like covered in mud and has been rained on all night, so it doesn't seem like it's active currently.
That's great.
So if you want to move, you go ahead and move your guy wherever you're trying to go within I think four spaces is 20.
Go fall through the hole. Go fall through the hole.
And you don't see any rat-sized holes, but you do feel like you'll be able to maneuver around the ship if you want to get like over into
There's
this
a
area.
smoking hole right there.
And I wouldn't stop doing that because that's cool, looking for holes. So then that's your turn. The next one
I think we never stop. We never stop.
Yeah.
That's what he said. How's the joke go?
That's how Grandma died.
Damn. Damn.
It's good. It's good.
Dungeon Masters.
Grandma was a whore.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird when you find out later that your grandma was a whore?
Is that a song?
Was a whore.
It is now.
That's a great song.
Yeah, I really like the beginning to
I would
that.
write that.
I really want to figure out what comes after that.
Yeah, country ballad about your.
Well, I mean, if your grandma's a whore, you come after that.
Or Grandpa died.
Poog's turn.
So it's Rollo, it's your turn. So
Grandpa loved to be sloppy face.
So now the hyena, the one hyena is just still eating, so it's not like.
yeah, and he's taunting the other.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to climb out a limb and then jump onto the deck quietly.
Do it.
Okay.
Dick jumper.
So just give me another climbing check, and then if you're jumping, then I guess you can do.
Does one of these limbs touch? It looks like one of these limbs might touch. I could just drop into it. I don't know.
It
if
does.
it's jumping.
It does look like you have to
Or could you even reach out and jump to me, and I could grab your hand, and you could climb up on the mast with me?
I like that.
Yeah. If you want to try, that's gonna take a much harder athletics or acrobatics check, because you're jumping 10 feet at least. But you can feasibly get onto the deck if you want. If you're trying to jump down, are you trying to jump down onto the deck?
Believe in yourself, Poog.
Come on,
Poog.
Somebody else is gonna move my roll perfect and grab you.
Wait, I'm tiny right now. Come on, Poog!
Oh my gosh. Screen's freaking out again. Alright. I want to jump to, over here.
Okay. So then this is a raised area, and there is like a vine.
Oh, it is?
Here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is raised, so yeah, you can jump, and this is a vine here, so if you want to use that vine to get over here, you can. But you could also try to climb this vine to get up to the mast if you'd like to.
You could have had your Errol Flynn moment.
No, I need to.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to be near because I know I'm gonna have to save Rita. So.
Yeah. Good point. So go ahead.
Have you ever seen a Mice and Men?
I want to be in the deck, but I want to be out of. I don't want to distract the hyena.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So then give me.
Oh my God, this is
give
perfect.
me a survival check and give me a stealth check.
Rita is our decoy, guys.
And then
Yikes.
finally.
Yikes.
Finally, give me a acrobatics. or athletics. If you want to use climb, you can. If you want to use your climbing, you can.
Oh, I definitely do.
Yeah.
No one else is working.
Oh my God.
Oh, there. See, there he is.
Whoa, there you go.
Okay.
Can I Goblin song both of them? No, I can't do both, but I'll do stealth.
You can do your stealth if you like. Yeah. The survival was just to see if you're able to use your environment in a way that would give you a bonus on getting to the ship, like on that acrobatics.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want to do your song, you can do stealth.
Poog's song to say Zarganel is the best. He helped burn things and heal the rest. Rain fever makes Poog a blast. And Poog also stab you with a knife. You make fun of him because he's not good at running animals.
He'll do it.
I've seen it.
Love
Okay,
it.
go ahead and reroll.
Love it.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to sing that for weeks.
I'm glad it got out of your soul.
Yeah.
That deal was worth it.
Thank you. Athletic. I'm sorry, stealth again.
You're fine.
Doubled it, bro. Doubled it.
Oh.
Yeah. So then, you actually get a bonus right now to all stealth rolls because of the rain and the wind. Because everyone's at a disadvantage for rolling perception because of the weather. But so as you land to the ground, it makes a significant noise. As you grab onto, as you release your hands from the vine that you swung from, but you land safely. You don't hurt yourself, and it's hard to tell with the low visibility because of the weather if the hyenas noticed at all. Because the hyena is also right now really pissed at his hyena friend for eating in front of him. So they're snarling at each other. So it doesn't seem like they've noticed you. But go ahead, Rita. It's your turn.
Rita jumps up on top of the ship and
Just give me an athletics check for the jump, for the climb.
Alright, athletics. Someone has decided that it's time, now that he's a little weak, to wolf slice him.
Oh, Jesus.
I jumped up on the ship. That's only one
That's
part.
like a 5 advantage.
Okay, thank God.
You scurry up the ship, and everyone looks on as you do this because you use your teeth. Because your teeth are sharper than your fingernails, so you use that as well. And you're able to get up, but when you push yourself over the edge, you kind of slip and you fall prone on the deck of the ship.
Adam, say it again. I fall what?
You fall prone, so you're on your side right now.
Dustin can't read.
So then,
I'll read it is a flat face.
I feel bad that it's always, because you're the melee fighter. I feel bad that it's always Dustin getting.
Yeah, Dustin's kind of
it's nothing. It's nothing against you.
No.
No. Except for the dice are against him.
Yeah. So then the one hyena perks up as you slam onto the deck, and he looks at the meat, and then he looks at you. And he feels like you are a much tastier treat.
But hasn't he been eating the meat?
So then
it's been I've been waiting an hour to make my move, thinking this dog's undigested and died. Maybe he's dead. And I'm just stabbing a dead dog in my
Also, why did you jump up on the boat?
Because I'm ready to stab.
So then the dog, the hyena, it reaches out and it bites at you, and it bites into you. It does 4 piercing damage as it chomps down on you. But then as it tries to like bite down and like clench down and take a second bite, it seems to like its movement seems to slow. It seems to slow as it's biting, and its biting turns more into like a gnawing, and you can see a buildup of foam start to push its way out from the sides of its mouth, and the dog's eyes roll into the back of its head, and it seems dazed. It doesn't seem to have like keeled over or anything, but it stops biting you, and it seems dazed for it seems dazed while it's biting you, and it lets go. So it seems like the poison that you made is starting to take effect. So yeah, if you want to give me a dex save then, Dustin, to try to like step away from the dog.
Would save. Actually, no. Since the dog's mouse on me, I pull out my wolf's eyes and I stab it eyeball.
You use your action to climb the ship, and then you fell. On your next turn, you can use your action to movement to stand up. But the dog's no longer attacking you. It seems like he's hitting his head.
I want to do it while I'm lying there. I just want to start stabbing his eye.
So then, the other one, Tickle Tooth, he lunges towards the other dog, and he's trying to break his chain, and he does it twice. The first time he doesn't have much luck, but the second time it seems like he's able to crack one of the links of the chain as he starts to break it. It's still intact. He's still not able to get to you, Rita, but he's able to do some damage to the chain. So the next up is Chuffy, then Mogmerch, then Goog, then Rita.
Not to jump on the ship and fall down and then get bitten. Is that what you're saying I got to do?
Yeah, I mean it's up to you. You decided to jump.
Or a move.
But you're asking for like.
I thought we got 3 things. We move, we action, and then we grab.
Bonus action. So your climbing is an action, and it also technically takes up your movement because you're climbing up 20 feet, which you would only if I was being like an asshole about the rules, you would only be able to climb up I think half your speed, which is 15. So you wouldn't have been able to make it the whole way, but I'm like, fuck it, I'll let him do it.
Yeah, so it's Justin that's being the asshole about the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I think we were all clear on that. We were all very, very clear on that.
Okay, so Chuffy, what do you want to do, Mike?
Well, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you can use that bonus action if you want to do the second win, Dustin. You still have your bonus action. That's okay.
I'm gonna climb towards the dog that's still alive, and I'm gonna try to sneak attack.
Okay, from above?
Yep.
Okay, just give me your attack roll, and then, your sneak attack roll, and a acrobatics for the jump.
Whoa!
Nice.
Acrobatics.
And then go ahead and do your damage. In your attributes and abilities, you should be able to roll your sneak attack damage that way.
Is that?
Sweet. Nice. So, and then roll one more d6 for the drop. Okay. So then you jump from halfway up this mast, and you land into this hyena, and your blade goes directly through its throat, and it kind of pins it to the ground. So then, you take 2 falling damage, but otherwise you're the dog is dead, the hyena's dead, and you're just standing on top of it. That'll be your turn.
Good. There
so
we
then,
go.
Mogmerch, what do you want to do?
Somebody drop something?
Mini merch.
Hello. I would like to come over here and sort of survey the scene.
Yeah.
You mean look for holes?
Look, you're near me at that point, so I know your hole's there. I want to see, is there a doorway? Is there a doorway on this 3rd level?
No, it seems to all be boarded up. It seems like the entrance is actually from within this chamber.
Okay, so we have to go down a level?
Yeah, as far as you can tell, there's no actual like physical doors. It's like totally boarded up. But you can still, if you want to look for rat-sized entrances, you can.
Are there rat-sized entrances?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. You'll be at a -2 because of the moderate rain and moderate wind, but go ahead and roll it. Yeah, it's hard for you to. Wait, what was that?
Yeah, that's a bad roll.
Yeah, it's hard for you to see anything in the rain. Do you want to do anything else?
I always say it's not a bad roll when you don't get bitten, so, you know.
It's true. Yeah. When you don't like.
That is true.
Jump right in front of a dog.
Just shock.
No, yeah, I wanna like jump on Shuffy's back and feel like we're Master Blaster from
Dungeon Master.
You're too big for that.
Thunderdome.
Don't do that.
He's
No,
not
he's
tiny.
rat size.
He's not right now.
Oh, that's right. He's tiny. Yeah,
Selfie.
I forgot.
Okay, so then yeah, you're able to.
Look what
we'll
we've
say
done
you're over
together.
here.
All right.
And you're able to climb up. You're able to scurry up onto his shoulder. And for a second, Chumpy, you're like, oh yay, another animal for my cages, because you carry around cages full of animals. But then you look and you see its tiny little Mogmerch, tiny little skull helmet.
So I just want to turn my giant head and look at him, and I just want to smile and kind of have an awkward, pussy, like gross smile, and just be like.
I bet that's horrifying. It's gotta be like in Ren and Stimpy when it's super close-ups on someone's skin and they look like disgusting.
Exactly, like the old Ren and Stimpy
exactly.
Animation. Yeah.
Place me in your pocket, away from your boils.
All right, so Poog, what do you want to do, Poog?
Well, I mean, these guys are dead.
Well, only one of them is. The other one's just
the other
like
dog
slowly
needs to
getting
be
tired.
killed.
I hate dogs. I need to use. Oh no! Oh, mud slicer. Oh, I'm mud slicing.
All right, go ahead and roll
So
it.
his action is moving.
No, so he has his movement. He can move up to 30 feet, and then he take his action to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I don't think I got
There's
my
no.
action.
Nobody's trying to trick you with
just
the
don't think I got my
rules,
action
Dustin.
to attack. I don't think
Nobody's
I got my
trying
action
to trick
attack.
you.
I think you got to get on the boat and fall down.
Oh my god!
Hey, you know, it's not about
It's not about me.
you,
I
okay?
get it. I
It's
just,
about the crew.
you know, at a certain point I'm doing this for the crew, it's too. Well, so.
Maybe instead of saying hi, Ina, say bye, Ina. You know?
That's what I was trying to do. It would say something like that to me, but no.
Dog slicer, slice it, dog, slice it, dog.
I even have a wolf slicer.
What?
So then, did you roll? I also rolled something though, so no, I didn't see your roll. It's not in there.
It's not in there.
Okay, I clicked on my item, but it's not going. What's going on?
What is it? What are you clicking on?
My dog slicer?
Oh, okay. Is it on the?
Look at it
You
again.
might just go on your attributes and abilities, because those ones I forgot to edit. There's a thing you have to edit on those to make them roll damage.
Okay.
Wolf slicer.
Dog slicer.
Slice the wolfie, slice the wolfie.
Like you look like an Aunt May character that doesn't have really any eyeballs, but has glasses instead.
Okay. So then you.
Now you can
Cool.
see your eyeballs.
So
but it
then,
was freaky there for a second.
you connect with the hyena. You step over in protection of your great fearless leader, and you you slash into the hyena, and you seem to do you slice off a good chunk of it, and it seems to be recoiling in pain. It's not quite dead, but you've hurt it significantly. So then, Rita.
Or something?
Oh yeah, totally. If you want, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. The rat.
Yeah.
Rat swarm.
Alright.
Rat swarm.
So I am going to.
It'll have to get on the ship. That'll be, but.
That's in there.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right.
No, you're fine. I just moved him up for you just to make sure that he was close.
I forgot. All right. I didn't know I had a character for him. He's just coming up, I guess. So that's all he can do, right?
Yeah.
Seems like from one point of view, yeah.
All right. I should have done that last turn. Sorry.
No, you're fine. And then just after that, a bit of lightning strikes in this direction. Go ahead, Mugwurch. Or no, sorry, Rita.
Oh, thanks.
So if you want to stand up,
Do you want to attack?
you just have to spend your movement, but then you can still use your action to attack.
Yeah, never mind.
Well,
I guess I'm a ground player. I'm a ground player. I like to lie on the ground and stab sometimes.
Well, you'll have to get up to stab, but you can do that.
Really? I don't have any ground play. Okay.
But think about the logistics of stabbing someone while you're laying down. If they're not on top of you, if they're like, how do you stab someone with any sort of force from the ground?
You'd be surprised. Be surprised. You use their leverage. Okay. Anyway, I stand up. I pull out my slicer.
Yes.
And I decide to jump off of the ship.
Backwards off of the ship.
I just wanted to surprise myself. And then I stabbed the dag-nammit dog face.
Cool. Go ahead. In your attributes and abilities, you should have your melee weapon.
Melee weapon. My melee weapon. So I would melee weapon it. Starts at the +5, so how did I roll negative numbers?
No, you got 3 plus 5, so plus 2, so you got an 8. Do you want to try to re-roll that? Pretty sure you still have you still have inspiration. Go ahead and use that.
I'm sure that I do. There we go.
All right, go ahead. Roll damage.
Nice.
So then the damage should be it should be 1d6 plus something. It's also on your
I just hit the. Oh, it's all one thing there.
Yeah, 1d6 plus 5. It's on the attributes and abilities as well.
6 plus 5.
So the 1d6.
Oh, 1d6. It was dead.
Oh wow, look at that.
Great.
How do you do it, Rita?
I lunge, almost like in a butterfly swimming motion, and like I'm diving into a pool of what is going to be blood of the hyena, and I dive with my woo slicer and dive right into its eyeball and start going around like this, and its head starts spinning around with it.
All this on an unconscious dog. This is not heroic. This is an unconscious animal that you're putting down.
That you poisoned.
Yeah.
As you do it, it just sprays like foam, this like thick, frothy foam that was in its mouth everywhere, as well as blood and eyeballs and flecks of skin. And I bet it's horrible for us to think about, but I guess for the goblins, they're probably pretty into it.
I'm really into it. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So then, you guys horrifically murdered these chained up dogs. And, so then, what do you guys want to do next?
Well,
the rain starts to, all the weather starts to pick up. The rain and the wind seem to have intensified.
I think the idea is we gotta go. We have to face the cannibal guys. I don't know, Rita. Is that what we're doing here?
Rita, find a door and go knock on it.
Can I try to make eye contact with the Rat King before we go down? I just want to see if I connect with anyone.
Sweet of you.
I mean, we're the same size now.
We might fall in love with him or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You don't let have to love.
Can I?
Yeah.
Adam, can I put on the bracelet again and change size?
Yeah, you have two. You have 2 charges for it, but then you'll have to make a roll to attune with it again. So just give me a charisma roll, and you can do it again.
But then that's it. That's all I'm able to do.
Yeah, you only have 2 charges of it. You just need
Okay,
I'm
gonna stay tiny then.
Okay. So then.
Man, son.
All right. So,
Find the door
And I'm
and I
still
go.
up Jeffy's shoulder.
Right.
right. So as we prepare to get this, I'm gonna ask the Goblin King to take the golem form.
Oh, okay. So then he starts to command this. Just go ahead and give me a survival check or a nature check. Who?
Don't I just have to do this? No.
Yep. There you go. Perfect. So the Rat King, though it's like seems tangled in a central point. Mogwart, you look at it and you see amidst this like weird cluster swarm of rats, you see one rat in particular with white fur and red eyes, like an albino rat that seems to be the central or kingpin rat among them. You guys share a moment as you look into each other's eyes, and he like recognizes you as a being of small size but immense power, just like himself. And as this happens, the rat wants to. It takes on Poog's orders, and as he plays, the rats begin to stack on top of each other until they form into like this weird kind of like bipedal shape that's at least as tall as a goblin.
You're saying it becomes the Voltron of rats.
Yeah, exactly.
A golem.
Oh, a golem. Okay.
So then, just then, right over here on the stove top of this building, you see lightning strikes.
Whoa.
So then, what do you guys want to do?
How are we getting inside, guys? How are we getting inside?
Isn't there a door right here?
Well, there's an entrance on the lower level right there.
Ding.
Well,
I think I should go.
Who wants to open the
Mike
door?
should go.
Who wants to open the door?
As leader of the group, I want the honor of opening the door that we're about to get in here and kill.
I think Sheffy should open the door and I should run through because I'm the smallest.
Oh, I see. So you can go in, nobody will see you at first.
That's a good call. I like it.
That's a good call. Okay. I secede and step aside.
Secede?
Well,
You're not a governor or like a
I am a governor.
president.
Hello, governor.
Alright, so you guys you're opening the door and then Mogwart is gonna run inside?
Oh yeah, when I'm on his shoulder, I can just jump off his shoulder as he opens the door.
Yeah.
Sliding away. Go ahead. Sliding away.
Alright, so you go in and he pops open the door and Mogwart runs inside and when you enter it's like very dark. I mean, luckily everyone has dark vision, so why would the amount of light even matter? Why would you even include that? Exactly, right? We're all D&D nerds. That annoys us all.
We get it.
But
Okay.
so then as you make your way inside into this dark, dank room, what you would notice first, especially being on the ground level, is just like the sheer stench inside is just like fucking awful. This area to the larger inner area of the ship is the gallery. It's like
what does it smell like? Like what? So it smells bad, but is it?
It just smells like sweet death. I don't know if you've ever smelled a lot of decay. If you ever worked in like a meat processing facility, but it creates this like intense, this very intense, sweet smell. It's like unusually sweet. It's just a weird phenomenon.
Yeah, I know.
I'm getting sweet splattering from this.
Oh, very much, very much. It's just a chamber of horrors. There's dead rodents, snakes, and birds. Have been nailed to the walls or tied up or hung around the walls. At the far end of the room,
Can we see what
there's
you
a
described?
cauldron. There's a I mean, it's not going to actually be on the map. There's a cauldron.
Dark cauldron?
Yeah, it's a relatively weathered and tarnished cauldron that's bubbling over. It's within like this iron stove set. It's set against the wall. The stovepipe chimney you can see is continuing out. It's like going from the floor to the ceiling, and you can assume that that's what's releasing the steam outside. And it just contains this like a long rickety table surrounded by chairs that contain several grisly decorations. Just a whole family of skeletal goblins are sitting in these chairs with bones bleached white and bound together by reeds and twine.
Great.
So what do you do?
I turn around and I report back.
Okay, so are you gonna exit and then report back?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, just give me a stealth check real quick.
Okay.
Hey, Stealth Jack. Is it a Johnny 5 stealth?
Stealth check.
You rolled a 12.
Okay, so then, you're able to get out. You don't seem like you made too much noise.
Okay. This sounds terrible. This sounds like an absolute nightmare.
I
hate the way this place sounds.
I'm going to be scarred for this, for what I saw in there.
So here's what I think that we should do. And I think, Rita, you're going to like this plan. I think everybody's going to like this plan. We open the door nice and wide. Hold on, are you going to listen?
Yes.
Okay. We open the door nice and wide. And Rita, you make all sorts of goblin noises, go berserk, go crazy, sing a song, dance, I don't care, whatever.
I'm listening.
Meanwhile, we are all ready to pounce on whatever comes out of that door. And as soon as it does, that's when you run.
Jump off the boat? Like I thought about earlier?
Sure.
Just because it sounds fun.
All right, you can do it. You can jump off the boat. Jump off the front of the boat because it'll put you in the water.
You mean the back of the boat?
The stir.
Yeah, the water's where the bees is. Or the front of the boat's where the bees is.
Yeah, front of the boat is where the bees are. Yeah.
That's the stir.
Okay.
Stir.
Does that sound like an acceptable idea to everybody? We just use old flat face as bait and see what happens.
Oh, I love this idea.
Wouldn't be the first that was drawn by that.
And I also put on the human perfume that I found, and I use the rest of the bottle. I drink it.
Okay.
I give myself good, so that it gives the person, whoever smells bad in this area, when I become loud, the smell of my breath being so sweet and human-like will draw and arouse our creature from within.
It's not, because it's a cannibal, so it eats other goblins.
Yeah, but
You smell like a hug?
Wouldn't it be like a goblin?
You gotta smell more like a goblin, not a human.
A gobbler?
It's a goblin gobbler.
Goblin gobbler.
Be a goblin, not a human.
well,
I won't be your monkey.
Alright, so I'm gonna put you guys on this map just so we're
guys don't know
on the same page.
None of us know what magic will happen.
Oh, wait.
Haven't you heard the old saying, magic?
Oh.
Magic?
No, what is it? What's the old saying?
Magic,
It's-
the gathering.
That's it.
Alright, so let me just switch you guys over. Oh no, you're here. Can you guys see what's going on?
Yep.
Yes!
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
Ryan's
climb
back
up the
in
mast.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb up the mast there.
Yep.
What? We're inside. No, we're outside.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
try
you
to
guys
use
you guys
Rita
are
as
still
bait.
outside on the deck of the ship.
Whoa.
We're gonna try to lure whatever's in there out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You understand that, Adam? We can't see very much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the ship. You can see the outside of the ship right now.
We can just see the outside of the ship and Mike's Pornhub. That's all we can see.
I start yelling, Johnny D5! Johnny D5!
Oh, okay, so you guys are, and then you're going to try to lure them out?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're going to try to lure whatever's inside out? Okay, what do you want to do that?
Flip him up when he comes out and he'll fall and trip over the
Well,
rats.
hold on. No. He's saying, what do you want to do to lure him out?
Me, we're using me.
Right, but what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Wait, I'll be right back.
Herman.
No, do not. You want to be a goblin.
Start a striptease.
This thing wants to eat goblins. You got to be as goblin-y as possible.
Hey, I got goblin meat right here. Who's got a mouth? I got some goblin meat.
That's what you want. There you go. That kind of stuff. That kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm into that.
Meat for you to eat.
Probably do some dancing. Work yourself up to a sweat too.
Yeah.
Get yourself really activated.
Because goblins like to be nice. They like to be nice and oiled up. You know, they like to be nice and sweaty and slimy.
Yeah.
First of all, I drink because do I have any potion that makes me back to full health?
I don't know. You might have it in your inventory.
You. Let's just say I do.
I mean, that's not necessarily how it works, but.
Oh, it's.
I mean, you had a chance to buy stuff from that merchant that I so conveniently just plopped down in front of you.
Yeah.
You tried to raid.
I eat pet fillers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna just revert you guys back to this map if you're gonna be trying to lure out people outside. Is Rita going into the room, or are you trying to lure them from outside? Okay, so go ahead and position yourselves wherever you want to be on the map.
I'm a goblin, small and stout. Here is my face and here is my snout. When you come to eat me, we're gonna kill your face.
Actually, I'll be like right here on the rigging.
Where's the door?
Right here, where
right underneath me.
Yeah, right. Chuffy's right underneath it.
Right where Chuff. Chuff.
Okay.
Do we still have the hyenas? What's going on?
They're dead. I'm just putting their bodies there because I'm weird.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
There we go. All right, is everyone positioned?
Positioned.
Okay, flat face, do your stuff.
I got a flat face, I got a goblin in this space for your mouth. Come on out and get down and you can try to eat me. You can try to eat me. Nope, we're gonna kill your face. Gonna make it my all over the place. We hate you, bro, and we hate your face. Go kill your face.
Don't kill us.
Okay, yeah, if you want to go ahead and give me an athletics check, we'll say that you were like stomping around while you're doing this.
I definitely stomped in it.
Yeah, because I would say performance, but you're not. Yeah. So let's just do
I
that.
think it was performance for sure, but athletics.
You can use performance if you want.
A little bit of both.
So yeah, you as you stomp around, you can hear from inside. You can hear another bit of you can hear 4 pairs of footsteps. Well, not 4 pairs, 2 pairs. Something that was most likely quadrupedal, milling about in the other room, but you still can't see it.
What about my persuasion award?
What?
I threw a persuasion.
Okay, yeah, no, they were all really bad. So.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to try something else. I mean, not that you did anything bad. You just rolled
Okay, so then I light up one of our last firework bombs.
Okay.
And I light it and I throw it inside the door to get his attention and say, if this ain't gonna get your final game.
No, there's fireworks. We're trying not to light the fireworks.
That's what some non-reading goblin gave us. We don't know what's going on. This might be killing grounds. I'm throwing in the bomb.
No, please
No,
don't.
please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't.
You can. You still. It's up to you, Rita.
He said something.
Don't do it.
You can. It's up to you.
Why do I feel like your mom when you were a junior in high school? Just don't, Dustin.
Please
Stop
don't.
it.
My constitution.
Please don't.
Alright, fine.
I mean, you can totally do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to that. You're the leader.
That's right. Thank you. Then I would use my athletics to throw it in there.
Yeah.
God.
You trigger this Roman candle and you throw it as hard as you can.
He's one of the M80s, is what I was thinking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So sure. Yeah. The M80. You throw it in as hard as you can, and it actually hits the. There's a room on the other side of the large room that Mogmerch entered, and there's a door in the center of it, and it hits that door and slams into it, and it explodes, and it leaves. There's smoke. There's tons of smoke, but it leaves a little hole in the door.
And someone's gonna have to come outside because there's tons of smoke now. You're welcome.
Keep dancing. Keep dancing.
Get your forks out.
Shut up. Keep dancing.
Come on out and get your folks. We gonna take and eat your folks. Come on out, you dumb monster. Cause we are just one goblin. I'm
So
just
then, as you're singing and chanting and jumping about just outside the door, as the smoke clears, you out from the smoke stretches out this strange, like boned hand that bearing scraps of flesh, as some some goblin skeletons begin to shamble out of the hatch, the gallery in the ship.
Okay, here we go.
So everyone, go ahead and roll initiative.
Who does?
Everyone.
Here we go. Why do I always get such a low
Yikes.
roll?
Shitty roll for me.
Good, let's get all the shitty rolls done, Mikes.
Yeah.
Did mine go?
Nope, Poog, you're the
I
only
didn't
one.
see it. I don't see yours, Dustin, either. Oh, no, it's right above me, yeah.
Mine's 5. You wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Oh. You gotta click. Oh, it might be because of the whole issue with your.
I hit it twice accidentally, sorry.
You're fine. So then everyone. So then Pooh got 8, 7, 6, and then what'd you get, Dustin?
5.
I'll just add it in. Okay. So between Mogmerch and Chuffy, who wants to go first?
No, isn't it?
Shuffy should go first.
No, I mean out of the two of them, because they both rolled the same.
Yeah, that's fine.
Chuffy
I'll
should
go
go
first.
first.
Sure.
So then, cool. So then let me do this.
Just for our home viewing audience, I have a 5, not a 0. I don't want you guys to get upset at the Dungeon Master.
A lot of people were posting that they were upset, so.
Dungeon Master.
Tons.
Upset with us?
Just with Dustin.
Mike's.
A lot of people were just very livid.
Justin, who's the only one watching?
Yep.
On multiple devices.
Oh, yep. I can do that. Hold on. And then I didn't go.
So these skeletons, these step out before you, and one immediately he sees the shiny holy aura of Poog and goes to scratch for him.
How did you see Poog?
Because he's right there, right?
Oh, I guess. I thought they were being hiding. I thought they were hiding. I'm sorry.
But you're kind of in plain sight. It's hard
Yeah,
to unless
kinda.
you're behind the mask.
Oh,
Which doesn't really make sense considering you were standing in front of the door and yelling.
Nevertheless, here we are.
That's fine. But yeah, it reaches out, and as he's clawing at you, you actually recognize his face. Though there's not much flesh left on his face, you recognize it as Scribble Face. You can see the branded scar on his forehead. And he reaches out and slashes you. It makes contact, but it seems as if your faith has shielded you because it only does 1 damage.
Yeah, heck yeah. Scribble Face.
Good old Scribble Face. And then the second one moves towards you and bites at you. And while it also connects, it does the same. It only does 1 damage. So let me see how to. There we go. Put him here. So then, I see what's going on. Let's move. Whoops. Pardon me. Let me get these guys all in like squares. So then, and they don't seem to have even noticed you, Mog Merch.
Because he's so small?
Yeah, exactly. So then, next up is Boo. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna tell the Rat King to do a multi-attack.
Yes! Finally, that Rat King's coming in handy, you guys. Get a Rat King! Come on, Rat, multi-attack King. Let's go, Golem.
Oh yeah. So then
Come on,
roll your click on the attacks now. Choose what attacks you want to do, and remember he's in Golem form, so you can do those special attacks.
Do them special attacks! Ooh, Golem! Get him Goldie!
So, we're gonna do the engulfing swarm.
I'm inspiring the Golem. I keep cheering and Goleming on and on. That might give it a little bit more, just to let you know what's happening on my end.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the engulfing swarm with the golem.
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah, that.
Okay.
But how do I roll it with it?
While moving in golem form, the Rat King can enter a space occupied by a
don't
creature
do
its
that.
size or
Don't do
smaller.
that.
The targeted
Please
creature
don't do
must
that.
make a D14
We'd have to listen to the whole thing now.
Okay.
What?
Look at it.
When you're talking over each other, no one can hear me, okay?
Okay. If you want to
I said
read
it.
that whole thing out loud,
Okay,
go ahead
fine.
and mute your mic, and then when you're done, just come back to the game.
Okay.
Okay. So
fine.
then, let me see. So CR.
After failing.
No.
So then
Oh,
the Rat King swarms in on which one of the goblin zombies was it?
The one that's closest to him, right there at the top.
Yeah, he swarms in onto the goblin zombie, and it's like he consumes it. It's like he's just like they're becoming one as it tears up at it. So go ahead and roll 1d10 damage, Rallo.
Alright.
Nice.
The target may attempt to escape at the beginning of its turn, but re-attempting to save.
Yeah.
Stop.
Rat King moves at half speed.
God.
So fun though.
And it rolled a 1, a natural
What the
1
hell?
at -1 strength, so technically rolled a 0. That's kind of cool.
Love that. I love that.
So it ain't getting out anytime soon.
Love that for him.
So then it just tears this zombie goblin to shreds. Just like completely rips it apart.
And then I will.
Oh, I love it.
I will. I'm gonna hit it with fire.
Magic fire, some magic burn fire. Ooh, I love it.
I'm gonna hit it with the sacred flame.
I
The
love
one
that
that's
thing.
closest to me.
And
Yeah.
Adam, to be clear, these aren't the final bosses, right?
No.
This is,
They're just shamblers. So yeah, it seems like you tear it down pretty easily. It seems like they're physically they're not very strong, but it seems like it works to your benefit that you lured them out. Because although you can hear from the interior that there are more shambling in your direction. They're very slow, and you're aware that there are only, if you go by what Mogmerch told you, you're aware that there's only 2 of them. So what do you guys want to do?
Whose turn is it?
Did he burn?
Yeah, he incinerated this thing very easily. They're not very physically strong, but they're oh yeah, Pooh, you actually have to make a Constitution save.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, because you got hit by it. You actually have to make 2, because you got hit by it twice. And then next up, I think, is Chuffy.
Oh no.
So at this point, the zombies are dead, but you said we could hear more from inside.
Yeah, you can, and you know there's at least 2.
Well, let's keep luring them out, boys.
You filled with nausea, and you begin to throw up. You begin to throw up as you stand there, because of you feel some sort of infection enter your body, and you look down at where Scribbleface initially scratched you. You can see that the wound is really inflamed.
Oh no!
Because you rolled a 1.
Oh no!
What here? What do I got?
But it's Chuffy's turn.
I got a lucky toad. Chuff chuff.
Of all people,
on
the
the ropes.
cleric is infected.
We gotta save our Claire. Chuff chuff.
I'm gonna try to swing down from the rigging and kick the one zombie that's left, that's inside the Rat King. Just kick it away from the door.
No, that one's dead as well.
Oh, that is dead.
They're just both in shambles. Yeah, the only thing that's left are inside of the room.
So are we out?
And
We're still in combat.
Just like, the interior is just swirling with smoke. If anyone's like trying to peek inside or whatever. I guess at that angle that would be.
I guess tough. I'm just gonna wait, and I'm just gonna be like, let's wait, and
okay,
Rita,
so
get back to your thing.
Okay.
So then, and then Mogmerch is next, and then Rita. Are you guys doing the same? Or are you trying to reposition?
I'm gonna try to give something to him to make him feel better.
Mogmerch is next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause. I'm just gonna wait.
Okay, so you guys are all holding, and then as you're waiting, what's up? Did someone say something?
I want to give him a medicine.
Yeah, if you wanna, but you'll have to. Oh, you're right next to him. You can roll a medicine check if you wanna. Are you proficient in medicine?
Heck yeah! Look at that. I got an 18.
Wow.
on my exams.
Wow.
My statement. Exams.
Yeah, you though you're not being proficient in medicine, it's tough for you to discern like what the proper form of treatment would be. You spit on it, you take some stuff from inside your pouch, and you slather some stuff on it, and it seems to provide Pooh with some at least some physical relief. It's not burning as much, though you can't speak to the effectiveness of your remedy. But it doesn't quite sting as much as it did before.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't all get our heads together on this one. Okay, here we go.
Well, I mean, you said you helped him. It's just medicine is one of those things that you have to be trained in to actually know how to like.
No, totally. You can real life too.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Anyway, so Mogmerch is holding his turn, and Rita, are you as well?
I just did my turn, which was the medicine roll.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, totally. So then, from inside this chamber, you hear these two zombie goblins shamble out. And then just behind them, you also hear a much lower but familiar sound that you've been hearing quite often lately. It's a much lower version of the previous hyena howling that you heard. As another dog appears from within that door, much larger than the other ones that you saw before. You can presume that this is Vorka's favorite pet, Cuddles.
We can assume that?
Just because you can see that it's treated better than the others, you know? It's like not... It's not as, it doesn't seem as neglected. It seems like it's got charms in its fur that are been braided into it.
Look at this fancy little dog. Dungeon masters.
So then the two undeads shamble out along with the dog, and give me a Mogmerch, give me a stealth check to see if any of the things notice you.
Stealth check.
So then, let's see what you got. So then, just then you see that the one of the zombies, as it comes out, it immediately takes notice, as well as so does the hyena does. He looks at you for a second just because of his instincts, but then he looks to the rest of the party as more of a threat. But the zombie goblin has no qualms with trying to attack a rat. So then it hits you for an extra D4 because you're so tiny. So it raises up its skeletal goblin foot, devoid of any flesh, and it stomps down on you, Mogmerch, and does 3 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
The other one is attacks Rita, and it bites into you, Rita, with its jaws as it like lunges towards you, and
How did that fall out?
it's literally 15 feet.
This
It was inside of the hatch.
You forgot the runaway part of the plan.
Okay.
So
Remember? Remember?
So give me a Constitution save, Dustin.
I would have climbed up the post, and I thought I'd gotten about to get bit. I'd have climbed up that post and still sang my little throat off, but
I don't
Made me feel
necessarily.
better. Thank you.
You know what? Yeah, you did. You helped it. So then you feel this infection that's like trying to enter your body. It's like causing your muscles in your arm to tense up where you got bit, but it doesn't seem to take hold. You're far too strong for it. So then
and my bones actually nimbly escape as well.
well, that'll be on your turn. What? It's just how the game works. You're like, I'm gonna do this thing that will save me right now in this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Being not my turn.
To be fair,
Then, to be fair.
It's like you're playing Monopoly and you're like, well, I'm just going to get out of jail right now, so I'm going to walk out of the jail.
Thank you. The hyena that comes out, it first, before even attacking or anything, it cackles out in a way that's like this low growl that's like much more sinister than the others. So everyone, give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save my life. Wisdom.
Who actually killed the other hyenas?
I killed one.
And then
I killed the other one, I think.
yeah, and then Mike killed the other one. So you guys get +1. You get +1 to your save. Rallo, you're so brave and courageous that you actually now get +1 against this hyena. Anytime you attack, you can add +1 to the damage roll. Rita, you're now afraid of it. You're now afraid of it, so you can't, because you rolled a 9. And +1 is a 10. The DC is 12. So then you feel like this fear in your gut as this hyena cackles, and you just can't move toward it. You can still fight that zombie next to you. And then he what's up? Oh, you have the bow. Oh yeah, so you get a plus. So then what would that be? So you got a +1 against fear, and then yeah, so then you pass. You're fine. You're not afraid.
Take that, Mr.
Good
Bad.
job, Rollo. Just
Thank you,
really
Rollo.
good stuff.
You're my god,
So then the hyena bites down on you, Rollo, and slams down on you. Give me a strength check to try to avoid being grappled by it. And it bites you. It brings you down to 6 HP and 12 damage, and you're able to free yourself from its grasp. So then now it's actually your turn, Boog.
Alright, I'm going to... I hate dogs. 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 I'm dog slicing this dog because it's a dog and I have a dog slicer.
Logical. Seems like you're going to be killing it, me.
Okay, so do you want to try to re-roll that? You rolled an 8.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay.
Me hates dogs, me hates dogs. Whether they're in the bogs or in the bogs, I hate dogs. Dogs, 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 dies, dogs, dies, dogs.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll that attack again.
Jesus.
So then, this time, you as it seems to dodge your first attack because it has the upper hand, having just bitten you. Your second attempt actually connects and does 8 damage to it, and it cries out. Though it seems to be a pretty sturdy dog, it does seem to hurt it fairly significantly. So then, next up is Chuffy.
Can I do the
Oh yeah, you got the rat. I forgot you got the rat king. Yeah, no, you go ahead.
All right.
Thank you.
It's Ratapult time.
Hell yeah.
Ratapult? Ratapult?
Yeah, so then it connects. Go ahead and roll damage on it. There should be a damage. It might be written into the attack because I just made this earlier.
22.
Okay.
Let's to hit.
It is 1d8.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll the 1d8.
Take that D8. Make that B right.
That was good.
What was it?
Come on. Oh.
Damn it.
That's fine. So,
Wow. After all that.
the rat king.
So reactive.
What?
And I feel like, damn it.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, I like that. I like that you guys are like, yeah, that it affects you like that. So then as you,
zombies.
what does it look like when this happens, Rollo?
Well, I mean, it's a golem and it has like, it's like a sticker, but it looks like a rat tail because it's all a bunch of them, so it looks like it's just a rat tail being stuck out. Like one big one that just sticks them with it.
Okay, yeah. It being a ratapult, it's a ranged attack. So it sticks the tail out, and it grabs on. It sticks its weird rat-made rat tail, and it's holding one rat at the end. It seems to be clutching it almost, and it chucks the rat at the hyena, and it slams into it, and it scratches it on its way down, doing the 2 damage. So then, next up is Mogmerch.
Come on, Mom.
Rita.
No, Chuffy's next, I believe.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I must have skipped that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because you didn't go. Yeah, that's my bad.
So how's that hyena looking? Almost dead or?
No, it seems to be a lot more sturdy than the other ones.
Okay.
You've damaged it significantly, but it seems like it's at least at half its health or more.
Well, I think I'm just gonna drop down on it again. My classic signature move.
Okay. Roll
sneak
me
attack?
on this one. And, yeah, you can roll sneak attack, but I'm also going to need you to roll acrobatics at disadvantage because the weather's picked up so much.
All right. That was almost a 1, so it could have been worse.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. So yeah, go ahead and do your. Oh, there you go.
17. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but you got to roll twice. Sorry for disadvantage. And then your. Okay, cool. Yeah. So then go ahead and roll your your sneak attack to hit and damage.
Come on, Sticky.
Oh,
nice.
Kill it.
And the damage is, it's the regular attack plus 1d6, right?
Yep. So I think it's 1d6 plus something, plus 1d6.
So I'm using my giant killer sword as well, so it's...
Okay.
What
was that, plus 1 to anything that's larger than you or something?
Right.
Yep.
So is that 2d6 then? Plus 1?
Let me see. It should be. I think so. Yeah, because it's 1d6 for the original attack and then 1d6 for
the slicer.
Attack. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And then it gives you the plus 1 from having the weapon?
8 then total.
Okay. So yeah, you come crashing down into it and stab into it, and it hurts it pretty significantly. Though it doesn't let out that yelping, that dying yelp that the others did. That was so satisfying. It hurts it pretty bad.
Oh.
So then,
so that counts as my movement and my action, right?
yeah, because you
okay.
jumped
Yep.
and then you attacked.
Yeah.
How big am I in comparison to the zombie and to the hyena?
You're like the size of a rat, whereas in the goblin's like 2.5, 3 feet tall. Whereas in the hyena is much larger. The hyena is like like the size of a mastiff, probably.
Okay,
Thicker.
I'm gonna try to use my bracelet again.
Okay.
So what do I need to roll?
1d6. Oh, and remember, Mike, you also have that wild shape.
Yep.
I wanted to remind him too. I was like,
No, but I mean,
excited.
something bigger is coming, so, right?
Yeah, right.
There
Oh,
it
wow,
is.
they can get up to 5 feet. Jesus. So yeah, you turn into a large Mogmerch.
Nice.
You immediately begin taking up more space, and you're like shoving on the Poog and on the zombie. While Poog is able to shift out of the way, the zombie isn't so lucky. And it's pressed up against the cabin as you grow.
What? And he
So
died?
you still have an action. So he's just being shoved up against Mogmerch's massive form.
I want to stab the zombie.
Yes, you.
So then you'll add an extra d4 onto the attack damage. Because you are enlarged. And you have advantage on any strength checks or strength saving throws.
So what do I need to roll?
It's just the same as your attack, which might be in your attributes and abilities or on your character
The
sheet.
dog slicer.
Yeah. So then, and then you roll a d6 plus a d4. Oh yeah, plus 1. Plus d4 plus 1.
Wait, a d4 plus 1?
So you get a d6, which is 3, then 4, 8, plus 1 is 9. Okay. So yeah, I just did doing that. Yeah, he got a d6. He rolled a d6 and got a 3. He rolled a d4 and got a 4, and then he got a plus 1 for his dog slicer. So then yeah, how do you do it, Mogmer?
This now comparatively small zombie goblin is pressed up against my corpulent flesh. I bring out my now sizable dog slicer, and I stick it into him multiple times until he's dead. I kill him dead.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing for your other goblins to watch because they've never seen a goblin so large. Next up is Rita. So then he's dead. The hyena is still standing. What do you want to do, Rita? There's a goblin right on your side.
Yep. So that's when I pull out my wolf slicer and I stabbed it.
Okay.
Right?
Go ahead.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yep.
Who are you
One right
attacking?
next to me that has attacked me and stolen my virginity.
All right.
I don't remember that.
Oh, he will in a second.
Oh, there you go.
Slice.
Yeah, that connects for sure. Roll damage.
Damage. Going down to damage. Where's damage at again?
Just look all around your life, just everywhere.
Thank you everywhere.
Damn.
All I can get are 20s.
Oh, nice. So I'll need you to roll.
The
so
damage.
it's a 1d6 plus 5, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
So it'll be in your attributes and abilities, or.
Well, I don't see it. I don't see where it is in my.
Just roll a d6, probably, right?
Thank you. D6 plus 5.
There you go.
There you go, 10. Nice.
Okay.
It's a lot.
So then, yeah, you pull out your your mud slicer, and you just, I mean, it's already out, and you just rip it to shreds, just proving that you are a very physically powerful gobbler as you cut its bones and flesh into ribbons. So then, yeah, you, do you want to move or anything? Do you want to do anything with your movement or your bonus action?
Yep. I wanted to take my climbing powder and climb up the staff.
Okay. So, yeah. So then you just step back out of the fray.
But it also
It's
gives me
turn order.
It just gives me a what do you call it? An advantage. Thank you for the next
What's
time
that?
I realized. It'll give me an advantage. It'll give me an advantage. Is it an advantage? Advantage.
On what? What are you talking about?
Next
No,
time.
on what?
Who knows what'll
What
happen?
gives
Who
you
knows?
advantage?
Dustin.
Just being up high. Being up high.
What are you referring to that gives you this advantage? That's all I'm trying to ask.
This is
Being up high on the
hell.
staff.
This is hell.
On what? What are you doing? Oh, because you want to climb up the.
He's
wanna
climbing the
up
mast.
Okay, but you use your action to you can, I guess you can use your bonus action and your movement to climb. You can only climb up halfway, so you can climb about 10 feet high. So just give me an athletics check.
Okay, I'm sorry. Never mind.
No, you're fine. I'm just trying to figure out.
I thought I had a climb thing. Like a
I know,
spider
but
climb.
yeah, just you gotta use your action to climb. So then, you hear groaning of the ship of the
Oh, no.
the small room behind you is this large blood red frog. This toad appears from around the corner.
It's more of a pink.
I mean, but everything that you see in front of you isn't exact anyway. So it's weird and almost like you can see parts of it like its back are like translucent and filled with holes, and it shoots its tongue out in everyone's direction, and
yes, it gets the person up on the mast.
no, that wasn't my intention. I thought
Let's
about
hope.
it.
You know, not son of a gun.
Did it roll? Let me see. Okay, so then let me look at your. The tongue actually goes for Chuffy and grabs a hold of him. And it starts pulling him in. It starts like dragging him towards it. And as it gets close enough, this frog that some have heard legends of, known as Lord Licktongue, who is the familiar of the previous chief before Vorka ate her, goes to bite down on onto Chucky as if he was just a fly.
Chucky was in the middle of woof healing.
So yeah, he drags him towards him, and just after this, after you guys see this horrifying sight of this frog pulling him in, you hear this intense cackling come from inside that same room, and as you're all focused on that space, you see this terrifying goblin appear from outside, from around the corner, with these massive sharp fangs, covered in so many trinkets. It's almost like you would lose her inside of the trinkets if it weren't for just her general hideous form. This is obviously, as you can tell, is Vorka. She's covered in all these things. She holds this big staff that is covered in spikes and hangs has goblin skulls hanging on it. And she crawls out like a spider on all fours as she's laughing.
Ugh.
And she crawls up onto the mast and climbs up to the top of the mast. And she laughs at you. And as she gets to the top of the mast, she calls down to you and she's like, "Oh, you little goblins, I thought I heard something. It seems that dinner time came a little early today, huh, Lord Licktongue? I can't wait. Look at you, look at you over there with the pretty veil on your head with the flat and round face. I would think you to be a truly hideous goblin if it wasn't for the sheer mass of your cranium. It's actually looks quite delicious. I look forward to making a bowl out of it." And as she does this, what's that?
Like smoke out of or to eat?
Probably to eat.
Oh, okay. But then I don't like that at all.
As you do that, she takes she makes this she like opens her teeth up and makes this massive smile that everyone sees. So everyone give me a what's it called?
Holy shit.
A wisdom save. That's not supposed to be it. Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone roll wisdom. Oh, look at you, Rita.
Thank goodness.
Oh no.
Thank goodness they made fun of my head.
Yeah.
So that upset me.
Can I do a song?
Yeah, totally.
I'm big and sad, not as glad. I hope I can redo my wisdom save.
Yeah, go for it.
It was a little meta, but it was, I'll accept it.
So yeah, you do much better. Everyone seems to they don't seem to be affected, though it is terrifying. It doesn't seem to like sink in quite into their bones like it does Pooh. Pooh feels it. It shakes him. As this happened, Pooh recalls the vision he had of the fire when the fire tried to swallow him, and he sees the same form, the same face that this monstrous goblin has, and now he becomes afraid of it. He becomes terrified. So you aren't able to move in the direction of the thing you're afraid of until you make a successful wisdom save. And then
It's all right, Rollo. When these
finally, she begins to conjure runes around her fingers. These green runes that seem to drip acid from them. And she pulls her fingers, they're together, and she pulls them apart as if she's pulling back an arrow on a bow, and she lets loose a acid arrow in
this mask.
in Mogmerch's direction.
What?
And it connects with you, and it connects with you. Only does it does 4 damage, but it slams into your chest. As it slams into your chest, the acid seems to eat away at you, and your form begins to shrink quickly as you're knocked unconscious.
Oh god.
So then after that, she just laughs, and the hyena's now going to take its turn. And it circles around. The mast here, and it's going to try to attack Pooh.
Really?
I hate dogs.
What's your AC, Pooh? Do you know? Let me look at it.
Acrylic.
It is 12. So it tries to slash into you, and it misses with its attack. And then first up is Pooh. It's your turn, Pooh. Let's get a Constitution save.
Get that racket back up on there.
I hate dogs, but my boys hurt, so that takes precedence. I hate dogs. So I'm going to do Cure Wounds on Mogmerch.
Okay. So then I think that, what is that? How many D8? If you look at the sheet.
Spells.
12.
Cure Wounds.
And then after Pooh is Shuffy, then Mogmerch.
After Pooh.
Also Rat King.
Rat King.
Yeah, Rat King. Rat King's got to get back up on that Delvies style.
Is it? I can't find it. I got Cure Wounds. I just don't see what it does.
If it's on your attributes, yeah. Okay. So then just do the 1d8. It might be. Does it add? Does it say plus anything?
1d8 plus your spell casting ability modifier.
So plus whatever that is. I think it's 4 or 5.
I don't know where to find that. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Where do I find my spell casting?
It should be your wisdom. Whatever your wisdom is.
I know, I had to copy those items.
1d8 plus 5, right?
Okay.
So 1d8. 1d8.
I just didn't want. I wanted to make sure something wasn't happening to your computer or something.
Plus
No, it's fine.
Roll.
Attack.
There you go. He gets healed.
There you go. Yeah. You're healed. You're healed back to full, Mugmerch, though you are back down to normal size.
Still, though, you're a healthy Moggs.
Yeah.
So, and then the Rat King, who hasn't taken any damage yet.
That's great.
He's gonna go with Slam, which is 2d6 plus 4.
Okay.
2d6 plus 4. Roll. At the dog. He's doing the dog.
Yeah.
Better believe it.
There you go. 11.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, that's next. Go on, roll damage. Oh, then you did the 2d. Oh, it's 11 damage, right? Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Did it roll to hit? Was that the first one, 24?
Oh wait. No, I didn't roll.
Oh, that was
sorry.
yeah. No, you're fine.
Let me roll the slam. Right?
Yeah.
No. Hit.
Ooh. So yeah, it tries to slam into, who were you trying to hit? Was it the hyena?
Dog. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, I like that 20.
A bunch of times.
no, you're fine. The second one hits. How does it happen?
With the slam? Oh, you just
Yeah.
grabs it by the throat and just slam on the ground. Slam.
Very well said.
Yeah, and you slam the life out of it as it yelps. This was definitely a lot more, not quite as helpless as the other dogs you killed. So then, next up is Chuffy. You want to go ahead and give me a strength save.
All right. That's an 11, I believe.
Yeah.
It was a 12, but you got -1. Even with -1, you got 11, though.
Can I get the charm out and use that to turn into an animal?
Yeah, I'll let you try to do that. So then, yeah, you're that much strength. It would be difficult for you to actually break the tongue's hold, but you're able to use it to get the idol out. So if you want to use that, just roll a d20.
All right.
And we will see what you turn into, because I made a list.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
13.
13? Okay, you actually turn into an octopus. So, real quick,
Great thing to fight against.
Frogs don't like calamari.
They don't.
How large of an octopus?
That's what I'm figuring out right now. 1 second.
Not the size of your octopus, it's how many legs you have.
A giant octopus, actually.
Oh, nice.
So, I'll send you its stats. If you want to just use those when you attack.
Sure.
So like it says +5 to hit, so it's just a d20 +5, which I think is already what your hit is. And then the hit is 2d6 +3. So then that's just your that's like essentially your sneak attack damage, but only +3 instead of +5.
That's awesome.
So, but those are all that's the list of things that you could have turned into.
I love it. Oh,
And there's
the choice. Love it.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
think you have, and then, but for the hit points, we'll say that you have 15 hit points, just because that's a little more reasonable. So then, where's Chuffy? So Chuffy has 15 hit points, and then while this happens, give me another strength roll, but using the modifier of the octopus, and then go ahead and do it with an extra +1 since you're surprising the frog.
So that'd be +4 then with
Yep.
All right. So that is a 19
you break free.
+4. Yeah.
You break free of the toad's grasp, and then And then, yeah, you're free, and you actually you have a bonus action left.
Awesome. What can I do with a giant octopus?
So then just click the link that I sent you.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
I think the ink cloud is a bonus action, so you can do that.
Okay. I'll do that then.
About 8 days.
Huh?
So then, what's that? Who said what?
I just said fuck yeah.
Okay. So then I'll give you I will give you an aura that'll show what did it say, 20 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
20-foot radius of ink.
Okay.
Although I don't know really what it's gonna do inside of a boat where there's no water.
It's like a smoke cloud. You know what I mean?
But it's ink, so it's just like in water it would disperse, but in land it's like plop.
Right. It shoots out into the air. It shoots out into the air and disperses, and some of it does like kind of like linger. There is like as well as like there's ink that just sprays all over everything, and temporarily it like slams into the onto the toad's eyes, and it seems if it covered its eyes temporarily, so it'll have disadvantage on its next attack.
Cool. All right.
So oh wait, that's somewhere else. And then next up is who? Let's see. Is Mogmerch.
Mogmerch. So how many active people are still alive? We have the hyena.
You have the toad.
The
No, the hyena's dead, right? You killed the hyena. Yeah, the raccoon killed the hyena. It's just Vorka and the toad right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
I would like to move, and then we have the toad on the ropes right now, right?
Yeah.
I would like
Yeah, he's
to.
got blinded.
I would like to throw the acid. Well, I don't know. I'll go and attack. I'll go and stab him in the eye.
Okay.
Actually, could I would like to use my my thing that shows it where the weak spot is.
Okay, true strike.
Okay.
Your bonus action.
Yeah.
So then you have advantage on your attack. So go ahead and roll your attack.
Great.
Oh my. That's a big puss. What, Adam? Why?
Okay, what'd you roll, Mogmerch?
14.
Okay, so then you hit. Yep. You need 11 to hit. So go ahead and roll damage on that.
And then, but I have advantage stuff too. So what damage is what, D6?
Yeah, it's a D6. The advantage applied to your attack to hit. So yeah, you slam into it. With your dog slicer, you slash into the toad, and it doesn't seem like it's not like it's ineffective, but it seems okay. Doesn't seem to hurt it too much.
Huh.
So then next up is Rita.
Well, here we go then. I first tried to talk some sense into this.
You're gonna talk some sense?
You don't want to eat us. Hey, bub. We just want to get some fireworks. Get out of here. You got fireworks.
Are you
trying to get a
saying this to Vorka, or are you
Trying to get a dialogue going.
I'm trying to get a dialogue.
Get it to know your name. You know, put it on a
My
human
name
level.
is Rita, and I'm here to send a gobbo down your throat. Because I'm up on the mast. So So I spring your back and I go, Flitting, Flundong, get going. Well,
who are you shooting? Who are you shooting at?
I'm shooting at the main baddie. Big bad baddie.
Cool. Yeah. Now roll damage.
I shall roll damage. Wait,
so then you'll have to do it if you go to your
it's D6 plus 5.
Yeah.
So I roll 1 D6 plus the number 5, and then I just hit roll.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that one. It found purchased right in the goblins, the Vorka's chest, and as it stabs into her, she maintains eye contact with you, and she just smiles. Her grin gets even larger as the arrow affects her, and it starts to bleed, but it doesn't seem like she's registered the pain. You won't be able to maintain your now that I think about it, you won't be able to maintain holding onto the mast if you're shooting your bow.
Yeah.
Because that crow's nest, there's no crow's nest on that mast. So you have to like. That's fine. You can jump down, and I won't even make you roll athletics for it.
I did some visual effects for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Thanks, bud. Roll something right on me?
No, you're fine. You don't have to roll any. You don't have to roll athletics or anything for it.
Thank you, athletics.
So then, it starts. The Vorka starts off, and she peers down at all of you, and she's like, "Oh, look at you, so clever, turning into an octopus. That's actually pretty impressive. What are the rest of you got? Just one of you is gonna walk over and stab my toad, and the other is just gonna." It looks like you're infected. Are you turning into a zombie over there? The holy one, the one that seems to have control of a rat? That's so delightful. It's so delightful. That's my favorite thing. When one of my minions turns another goblin into a zombie, that's so great.
Oh no!
And as she's saying all these things, the rambling seems to just like burrow into your brain and into your mind. So everyone give me another wisdom save.
Oh my god.
Get there, whizzy whiz. Come on, wisdom. Damn it.
Oh,
well, they got the ones that are closest to her.
Nice.
Yeah. So then, Rita, you can't help yourself but laugh at what's going on, but it's like to the point where it just like it gets out of control. You just like can't help yourself, and you fall over laughing. But it's like the Joker. When the Joker causes people to laugh, it's a little bit more like that. Exactly. So then, as that happens, the runes begin to flow over her hands again, and she fires a bit of fire in Mogmerch's direction, and then
Going fire at Mogmerch? No!
Yeah.
How you say that as I laugh?
And yeah, you managed to dodge out of the way. You managed to dodge out of the way of her fireball.
Nice touch,
What?
It's hard thing to say.
Is it?
Yeah, and then the toad is now the toad looks at it seems to overlook Lord Longtoad seems to overlook Mogmerch here as it starts to try to wrestle with the octopus. So go ahead and make a strength check, Mike, but with the octopus's strength.
So that was +5, right? Was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
+4, actually, I think.
Oh,
+3,
+1.
+1.
Those three, isn't it?
So the tongue wraps around you. It's kind of difficult for it because you're a fucking octopus now. But it's able to it's able to restrain you with its massive tongue. But then it tries to attack. It tries to bite down on you. In its first one, it has no effect. It tries to bite down on you, but now that you're just as large as it, it's impossible for it to swallow you currently. So then it bites down a second time, and this time it actually connects and does 6 damage to your octopus form.
Okay.
The way that Wild Shape works is that you have these HP as kind of a buffer. Until those HP are expended, you're an octopus. But once they're expended, you'll just turn back to Chuffy. Just
Okay.
Oh my gosh, she got a bonus.
So should I roll the HP right now?
No, it's on there. I rolled it. It's
Oh, okay.
the octopus has 9 left. So then, yeah, that's the. Now it's Poog's turn. Give me another Constitution save, Poog.
Oh boy.
And real quick, I'm just gonna grab some water real quick.
You got to. He's been talking so much, you guys.
I know.
And then you get what they call the dry mouth syndrome.
How do you feel? How's your mouth?
It's pretty good. Thanks for asking. I haven't been
It's
talking
not-
so much. Yeah, thank
it's
you
not
so much.
dry?
I appreciate you asking.
I mean, I would disagree.
Oh. Can't.
I would definitely agree with Ken.
Oh yeah, so convenient.
Hey, Yetis unite.
I've seen better days.
Oh boy. I got a bad feeling about the zombie business, guys.
Yeah, that's not
You
good.
gotta heal. Did we heal you already?
Sorry about
Tried.
that. So,
I
what
tried.
do you wanna? What are you trying to do, Rollo?
You took care of your
You
friend.
I threw my Constitution save.
Okay.
He took
But
care
then
of
what do you
Tina.
want to do as far as actions?
Okay, so we got just those 2 left. Everything else is dead, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I am going to use my totem. No, I don't know what the. I can't find where that thing went.
What is it?
Um,
Just tell me and I'll.
my spellcasting gem.
Oh, yeah. It just gives you +1 spell casting.
Okay.
So when you do your spell, whatever the damage is, just add +1 onto it.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm going to hit our idiot friend with the sacred flame.
Take care.
The
Did you
cannibal
heal
here.
yourself?
Who is that? Who are you hitting?
The cannibal
Okay.
woke up.
All right.
You want to heal yourself, bro?
Sacred flame.
And this sacred flame.
No.
That's pretty good. Sorry, I forgot that it doesn't have the damage set up in the spell thing. So you have to go to your abilities and attributes.
1d6 plus 1, right?
Yeah, +5 because you have it's your spellcasting modifier.
All right. So plus 6 with the gem then.
Yep.
1d6 plus 6.
Yep.
Plus 6. Oh, that's gonna be good. Come on, fireball.
Yeah.
Fireball.
Nice job.
Real quick, you gotta roll the d20 +5 too. Sorry, I forgot. To hit. But
Oh.
yeah, the damage is great.
Yo, 11.
1d20 plus 5.
And then next up is the Chuftopus.
Gross.
Oh, I hit him.
The Chuftopus. So gross.
Remind me again, not that you killed her. Remind me again what Sacred Flame looks like when you
It's a
cast
giant
it.
purplish and green column of flame that just comes from the sky, straight from the heart of Darkness, and just roasts him into a screaming ball of fire.
Yeah, the fire slams against Bork as she stands on top of the crow's nest. And for a second, she falters. If it wasn't for the spell of Spider Climb that she cast on herself while you guys were milling around upstairs, she would have just fallen. So she barely hangs on. But you can see that you've singed, you've melted off quite a bit of her her leather cloak, and the exterior doodads and totems and bangles formed out of goblin bones that she wears. And it burns her pretty significantly, and she looks down at you, and for the first time since you've seen her, she's not smiling. She looks down at you kind of with a grimace, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry, Clarence, you'll be dead, whether it be by my hand or the hand, or rather, should I say, claw, or tooth of your friend's scribble face down there. You will be dead or undead. And you seem
we'll
to
go with undead.
You seem to hurt her.
We look quick either.
It kind of threw off her game. So Chuftapus. Oh no, you have the Rat King. If you want to take the Rat King's turn.
Oh yeah, Rat King.
Rat King, yes.
That's
Rat
hilarious.
King,
Though. Put
Rat
that in the
King.
script. You'll be dead or undead. I'll go with undead.
Go with neither. How about neither?
Seems a little bit.
I know, but it's just like the guy's stupid enough to say that because he's not going to be dead at all.
All right.
He's not going to be dead. You know what I mean? He's not going to be
I think the
undead.
Rat King is gonna go for the engulfing swarm again.
Okay.
You get it, Mike? It'll be.
Oh, I
Cool.
get it. I 100% get it, I think.
People that would love that.
I'm still looking.
I can hear Rollo.
Sorry. The creature takes 1d10 piercing damage, but because I click this and it just gives you that.
Okay. Oh yeah. Forgot. Sorry. I forgot to set it up. So I have to make the athletics check, and then you'll do the damage. So who are you doing? Who's the swarm doing this to?
Volca.
Vorka's at the top of the crow's nest, so it'll have to. Yeah, like you're able. Like Dustin was able to hit it with the arrow. You know.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna do the multi-attack and do 2 radipults then.
Okay. Yeah.
Tattooey. It's like that guy.
So melee weapon attack +4.
Yep.
That's 2. So what would melee? What's the melee weapon attack?
So then it'd be whatever. It's either got a scratch or a slam, or if it's so then if it's the ratapult, it's it's 2d. I have hold on, and then it can also heal, but it hasn't been hit. Ratapult, so it's 1d20 +4 to hit, and then it's 1d8 piercing damage.
Tattooey!
Okay, so I gotta do 1d20 +4 times 2 because I'm doing it twice.
Yeah, but make sure it's not 2d20 because it'll add it all together. So write 1d20 twice. So like
1d20 +4.
yeah, and then you can just copy the first roll if you want. The first code, if you copy it before you send it.
It's rolling, and then we go again.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so then roll damage on both of those. 1d8 each.
1d10.
Oh, is it? Let me see. Oh no, that's it for the engulfing swarm. So for the radical, it's 1d8.
Oh. 1d8. Okay. No modifiers.
Yeah.
1d8.
Oh, I guess no. Actually, it should be. It should be its strength modifier. Oh, but I thought I programmed it in. So it should be a +2, +3. Sorry, my bad. +3 on both of those.
Alright. So they're both hitting. 5. 11.
That's great.
So
Great
then.
for a number 8. 11.
Yeah. Wow.
Like I always
Winds
say.
up, slings one, catches another one, and slings another rat at it. Boy,
So each rat, one rat lands on her one eye, and the other lands on the other. They're just scratching and biting at her, and she screams, and she's like, you can see she wants to make a joke about how she should steal this move, but her eyes are bleeding, and one of them it seems to have torn her cornea. It seems to get torn her cornea, and it's oozing this weird viscous fluid from her eyeball. And she seems very shaken. She seems very hurt, very shaken.
Now it's stirred.
by this. Now it's a Chuftapus. It's your
Nice. All right. I'm gonna do the tentacle attack on the old boss. What's the boss's name again?
Voldemort.
Vorka.
Vorka. So it says that I get a +5 to hit with the tentacle attack, and that causes 2d6 +3 bludgeoning damage. But if the target is a creature, it is grappled. So is this a creature?
Well, you actually, because you have to climb up the. You're not big enough to grab her from the crow's nest. She's high up in the air.
Oh, that's right. She's high up.
I think your better bet is the toad.
Squeeze the head off the toad.
Yeah, I'll just attack the.
You could try to, if you want to try to break the mast. You might be able to wrestle the mast.
How about this? Is it possible to attack the toad with my tentacles, wrap it around, and grab the mast and crush the toad between the mast and me?
Yeah, you can try. Go ahead and do your attack. I think it has a grapple attack in it, right? When it attacks, it grapples.
Yeah, it's like automatic. When it attacks, it grapples.
Yep.
It's DC.
Okay, so then,
DC 16 is the save for it, I guess.
Yep.
So then this would be that +4 for my strength, and then +5 for the tentacle attack specifically.
Oh
right?
no, the strength applies to the damage.
The strength only applies to the damage.
Both, but it's only I think
Okay.
dexterity. No, I think the strength applies to the hit as one unit, and there's a second unit to the damage. So it's the +4 each time.
So it's +4, but it says that the tentacles are a melee weapon attack +5 to hit.
Yeah, you're right.
So what's the grand total plus then? Is that?
So then to hit, it's just +5 to hit, and then your damage is 2d6 +3. I was thinking the strength modifier is for damage. I was right.
Oh, but I thought that he has a 2-hit modifier before that even is applied.
Because he's already got his tongue on him?
No. If I'm mistaken, that's no big deal. I just thought that he had.
Yeah, no.
He gets his regular modifier, whatever that is, and then on top of it.
Oh no, it's just the octopus's modifier.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
take-
that's
you
what I'm
take
saying.
whatever
That's
the-
what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's fine though. I'll roll
Yeah.
this. Yeah. I don't want to linger on it.
Yeah, you got it.
15.
So then you slam your tentacles into it, and now he has to make a strength save. 16. And it fails. So you have this octopus grappled. And you pull it towards you. Real quick, Mogmerch, give me an acrobatics check to make sure you're not caught between their tentacles.
Because this is getting intense. I don't know if you guys have heard the music.
So then you kind of sandwich Mogmerch between the two of you as you pull the frog into you.
Oh no.
And then you also do damage with the tentacles, right?
Yeah.
So then go ahead and
2d6
roll the
plus
damage on that.
2d6 plus 3. Let me do it.
And just roll that twice.
There it is.
Five.
10 plus.
Okay.
Yeah, 13.
So then, the 5 will go to the frog, the toad. You're as you slam your tentacles in it, and you slam it into the mass. You deal 5 damage. Mogmerch gets a little crushed in the mix as this is happening and takes 1 damage.
Sorry, Mogmerch.
Could have been worse. Not so bad. And then you slam into the pole, and as you slam into the mass, you can see it shakes pretty significantly. It wobbles as the wind and rain are just pelting the mass, and Vorka kind of starts to wobble. And Vorka is having trouble staying balanced.
Smart move, Mike McGetticles. Mike McTentacles.
And though she's able to maintain her stance on the mass, it does break her concentration. So she's no longer a spider, essentially. She no longer has spider climb.
Nice.
So if any other attempts to knock over the mass will actually be more successful. So go ahead, Mogmerch. Both enemies are significantly damaged.
I would like to use my. So what's my sling?
Your sling is just a sling. It's just like a slingshot. But it is a range. You have that as a range attack, and then you also have your spells, which the firebomb I think has a range on it.
Yeah, I'll do a firebomb towards Vorka.
Okay. So then just maybe position yourself so try to get out of the tangle so it's easier for you to throw. Otherwise you'll have to throw at disadvantage. Because you're like kind of smushed between the frog and the guy. And you can disengage. You guys have nimble escape, so you're able to slip your way through the tentacles, the massive tentacles and toad tongue. Tentacles and Toad Tongue, my favorite band.
Nice.
So go ahead.
Firebomb.
Oh, you rolled that. So then roll. Go into your attributes. Oh, you did it. You did it. So then, you lob up this fire grenade, and you saved this one specially for Vorka. You knew this day was coming, so then you wound up. You kiss the grenade and you chuck it, and it hits the top of the crow's nest. It like lands in it, almost like a perfect like swoosh, nothing but net, and explodes and sends Vorka flying. So if you want to go ahead and roll another d6 of damage for falling damage.
Oh, I love falling damage.
Do you?
There's been a lot of it in this game. Definitely a lot of falling damage. So then she slams to the ground and she's now laying prone. And though she seems kind of cagey, as she hits the ground, she's able to crawl away on her back and on her hands and legs, like crab walking, but isn't able to do so far enough to get off the ship. So she's positioned herself on the very edge of the ship, and her eyes are wide. And for the first time, this monster of immense fear and terror that has haunted your nightmares your entire lives is itself reeling in terror, as it seems like its demise is close. Next up is actually Rita.
Oh, that's great, because I have an idea about running and flopping up here while I do another arrow take right in her eye.
Then you pull back your bow and arrow, go ahead and roll attack to hit and damage.
Oh, okay. Wolf slice. Oh no, Gabolo. Not the wolf slicer.
Oh no.
So you pull back and you're so confident in your attack, but as you let it loose, it seems like just the general rain and mud and wind that's being whipped through your face. It seems to push the arrow as it projects towards Vorka, and it goes wide off the side of the ship.
Ooh!
Do you have a
just a ship 6?
And then after that, what's up?
Is there something else I can do? The bonus?
You have a bonus action if there's anything you can do with the bonus action.
I got a second wind.
Oh yeah, do that.
Regain health points 1d10 by 1v1. Must take short rest. Oh, I don't know about that one.
The toad, Lord Longtoad, it struggles under the strength of Chuffy's tentacles and isn't able to free itself. He's panicking. And it cries out as it feels its master in pain. Exactly. And its only chance now is just to try to. It sends up a series of bite attacks against the Chucktopus.
Chucktopus like.
Oh no!
And
so
then as it bites through, it seems to be getting mostly tentacle, but as it does, it's just biting through your tentacles, like chopping one after another.
Oh my
God! Its mouth and its weird frog fangs, which are so strange. They sink into the massive mound that is this octopus's head, and just bites down, and you can hear this weird crunching of the inside of the octopus.
Oh my God, dude!
It just crushes the octopus's skull, and it sends ink and ichor blood flying everywhere. And among the wreckage of the octopus is just its corpse. From under its corpse tears Chuffy as Chuffy stands up, still damaged from before, but unscathed from the attack. And then it is Vorka's turn. So Vorka, on her last leg, stands up and she looks over as she sees her toad nearly finished, and she she begins to, these runes begin to conjure all around her, and you can see as her wounds seem to knit themselves back together.
But she also had to dodge my arrow.
So then, yeah, she stands up and begins to cast this spell and heals her wounds. But not very much. It's actually, I was hoping for more than that. But and then after that, I mean, she's got a little bit more fighting chance now. And as this happens, she dives off of the edge of the ship.
Oh my gosh, it's our ship now.
And she begins retreating. So next up is Poog. What are you gonna do, Poog?
Okay, first I'm gonna unmute. Oh, I did unmute. Okay.
Cool.
And I want a piece of her. So I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna use my rune again.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go Sacred Flame again. And what does the rune do? I forgot. You told me it's plus.
It's just +1. You just add +1 to the damage. Yep.
So then it would be +6, right? And the damage, right? So then I do. So I'm gonna do Sacred Flame from a distance. Alright. Ooh.
How do you do it?
I blast that purplish green column of flame down on her from above. Say, die, you cannon bitch!
And you see as her form, her body, everything on his on her person just goes up in flames and just burns like with this extreme quickness. As it just sears everything into ash, and the ash dissipates into the air as the wind blows it along. And all that's left is this completely bare, mostly charred husk of a goblin that seems to have gotten pretty fat over the years, eating goblins. And her form just stands there, and it stares at itself in disbelief as it's burning away, and it reaches out and points its finger directly at you. And it goes to get out one last word, but is unable before she is completely consumed by her purple flame.
Nice!
As you slay Vorka, the cannibal, and all that's left now is Lord Licktongue, and he cries out. He's very sad by this. So Chuffy, it's your turn, then Mogmerch, and then Rita.
I'm gonna go with the rat. Take the rat game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you have the rat. I keep forgetting every single time.
Multi-attack catapult. Been working out anyway.
Hell yeah. Fire some rats.
Yeah. It's been great. What was that? 1d6 plus 4?
Yeah. Right. Yep.
Do that.
But then remember to roll the hit first.
Yeah, that's 1d6 plus 4 then.
Oh yeah.
It is 1d8, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So 1d6 plus 4. Roll, and then roll again.
Well, you need one is the d20. Remember, you need to roll the d20.
Oh, shoot.
You're fine. Let me look at that.
D20.
Plus, and that's plus 4.
Okay. Sorry. Alright.
You're fine.
He still got 12. Wow.
That one you got. Okay, cool. So then, you fire off the two
Nice.
catapults at it, and I think it's actually 1d8 each time for the damage. Yeah.
Tattooey.
So can you? Cool. Oh yeah. So then the first one connects and it bores straight into, it like bores into the
My
toe.
God.
As it rips through, going, and then the second one, it follows suit in the same hole, and the toad is screaming. The toad is screaming, though barely alive. So Chuffy, now it's your turn. You stand amidst the carcass of this octopus that you once were, and this giant toad stands in front of you. What are you gonna do?
Well, the octopus. I mean, the toad is really near dead, huh?
Yeah. It's like flailing out with its massive tongue.
So I think I'm just gonna try to put it down by just putting the sword right into its brain.
Okay, that's very nice of you. That's very humane of you.
Sometimes, you know, there's all sorts of different stabs out there, and if you don't experience all the different kinds of stabs, it's like you're missing one of the colors of the rainbow. You know, the humane stab is delectable in a different way than the I'm gonna walk by and stab you and pretend not to stab you. Stab.
Very light,
right, exactly.
Very, very in touch.
One day when you get to the gates of Zarganel and Goblin Heaven, you're gonna cash in these morality points.
Yep. It's like me and Marvicular. That's good. I'm glad you joined the team.
That's exactly what I was referring to. Go ahead and hold an attack on that. It's gonna be pretty hard to miss this thing because it's large and it's just like laying there. So if you want to add a +2 to your attack to hit, and then roll damage.
Alright, Dog Stabber. Look out, Dog Stabber.
That's 20 plus another 2, 22.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Go ahead.
damage too.
Yep.
Yeah, Dog Stabber. Damage.
What's the modifier
okay, so
for
then,
that?
Yeah, what's that for? Your thing is +4 or +5?
For sneak attack.
For,
no,
it's
Dog
the same thing
Stabber.
for your normal attack.
+5 on the Dog Stabber. Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah.
So then that's 7 damage.
Same. Okay. So how do you do it? Just mercifully.
Yep, I walk solemnly up to this toad because I'm still covered and dripping in guts and ichor and all sorts of stuff. And I just walk up to it. I give it a mini bow, and then I kind of almost ritualistically raise my sword up, and then position it, and then extend the arm quickly, and then pull it back just as quickly,
and
then bow once more, and then I clean the sword off and put it back in the thing, put it back in the sheath.
Yeah, it's actually like it's actually quite like heart touching. You know, it's like dang, this guy. Yeah, exactly. So then you've defeated these enemies, and I'm assuming you are going to raid the ship.
You assume correctly, my friend.
Exactly. As you guys make your way through and push your way through all these different things
high-fiving each other,
in the ship,
each other.
Exactly, celebrating because Chuffy was an octopus.
Someone's becoming
the size of a rat.
Someone's becoming a zombie.
Yeah, you feel Poog. You feel this like coldness enter your body that is unfamiliar to yours, since you're normally warmed by the great fires of Zarganel. But then you guys you push through and you're looking through all these strange decorations. There's so many like bones and stuff, but then there's also among Vorka's hideous decorations, there are these these beautifully ornate, albeit a bit weathered, serpentine dragon statues. You can see there's these strange pagodas, and then there's like what looks like a collection of tools and stuff, a bunch of clutter. But then among everything, you find a chest with a. You open it up and it has a seemingly endless collection of old ship flags and maps and stuff like that, and then a small library of rare books on various nautical subjects. and with it also 140 gold and a bunch of other items that I'll just pass off in the chat. Everyone give me a wisdom save though.
I was gonna say I was just gonna hand them the books and keep the gold because I don't know what to say.
Right.
Wisdom, is that what you said?
Yep. So then and then I think I just need one from Hoog.
For me, yeah. Oh, I'm on the wrong track. But
You're fine.
yeah.
So then, like, as everyone's picking through these things, Chucky, you see this particular book, this leather-bound book, that's like beautifully ornate, and it just has this image on it of an eyeball that it is like peers into your soul, and for whatever reason, at that moment, you feel like you have to have it. You have to have this book. You need it. It needs to be yours forever until you die.
All right.
And you wrestle it from everyone else as everyone's picking at it. Among everything else, you find a bunch, like I said, a bunch of gold, some bejeweled silver and jade lanterns built to look like dragons that are very, very valuable. Some throwing knives, an ivory and gold fan depicting a gecko walking among cherry blossoms. And a bunch of other, like some hairpins, a pearl, a wand of create food and create water, as well as an elixir of love in a crystal vial shaped like a heart. So that's like a kind of like a love potion. But then, most importantly among it, you find this massive red chest that's just filled to the brim with fireworks.
Finally!
Yes.
Our fireworks!
You found your trophy, and you know, after quite a bit of bickering, I'm sure, I'm sure after quite a bit of bickering and back and forth, you figure out a way. I'm not gonna make you guys, this is an AD&D, I'm not gonna make you figure out how you get all your treasure back, because that would be frustrating. And but you're able to make it back, and when you return to and I'll share the document with you guys that should give you access to the information that I just gave you.
Treasure on the ship. Treasure on the ship.
I'll move the old treasures down so that you can just read the loot from the ship, and then I can delete this. And there's a bunch of other crap in there that's just like it's the stuff that's in the ship that's just ship-based stuff that no one cares about because they're goblins. I mean, that's up to you. This could become your home base if you wanted to. This could be.
Of course, it is our home base. Of course.
But as you return, it's nightfall by this point. Though the weather seems to have let up significantly, there's no longer lightning and thunder, and while the wind is still pretty aggressive, the rain has calmed down, and just as you crest over this hill and you see your goblin village waiting for you, and you see everyone's been waiting. They waited they expected you to come back last night, so they seem a bit concerned as they peer over the hill. But then they see you guys as you triumphantly make your way over the crest of this hill, toting these massive chests behind you. I'm assuming using some sort of sled to push that along, and everyone's cheering, and they hail you as heroes as you're paraded into the center of town. Let me see if I can bring up town. It's like there's drumming. You see all of your fellow goblins are cheering as they bring you into town, and you can even see among them are Gank and Gum. It seems like they came to the village and they've been hanging out with your goblin friends. And the crowd, you hear a bellowous "Silence! Silence! Silence!" And everyone calms down. All the goblins quiet and kind of flinch together, and the crowd separates, splits like Moses and the split the Red Sea, and right in front of you, you see this your massive chieftain, Lord Gutwad, standing in front of you. Not standing because he never stands. He's sitting on his massive throne, and to his side is Slorb, and Slorb motions to you guys. I see that you've returned. All in one piece. I'm quite surprised that you live, to be honest. But show us the fruits of your labor. Prove to us that you are the most worthy goblin among ye. And he gestures to your cache of goods. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna show him my bare ass.
And I have a moment of clarity and open consciousness, and I point up to the sky and go, boom, 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 because I realize that the volcano is going to explode soon.
And yeah, as you say that, you do feel the ground shake beneath you, and Lord Gutwad yells out. Everyone feels this, and it lasts. This is the longest tremor that you've felt. He yells, calls out to you goblins. He's like, yes. Our Lord and Savior, Red Dragon Yalnitsud, is happy with the bounty that you've bestowed upon us. And he calls out, and you can see in the distance behind him, the volcano itself rumbles and it spews forth a bit of magma. It's not a complete eruption, but it spews forth quite a big bit of magma that rains down on the surrounding jungle. And some of it even lands on the village, catching a couple goblin houses, a couple of their huts on fire. And as it all kind of like smolders and burns around you, what do you guys do?
Well,
we grab all of our loot.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, go ahead.
We grab all of our loot. We start running back to our ship.
What do you mean our ship? the boat that's stuck in the mud, you mean?
Yep. It's our only way out.
It's our new hideout.
It's our new hideout. It's our new boat. We're going to be the goblins at sea.
As the flames descend onto the village, you see as
Can we? I'm fading fast. It's one. Can we?
Yeah, no. This is it. It's wrapping up. There's not going to be like another battle or anything. As all the flames descend in the village, Gutwad and Slorb both seem to cower. They seem to like fear the volcano rather than revere it, as they they try to exclaim. And as this in this sign of weakness, all the goblins see this and they look to them in disgust, and they look at you guys who have just returned champions, and they look at the goblin, the chieftain, and they look at you guys. What do you do?
Follow us to the boat. We're gonna get out of here.
I can't hear you, Dustin.
Follow us to the boat. We're leaving. Let's go. Everybody follow us. We're getting out of here. Is it working?
I can hear you.
That's fine. Yeah. It seems like the goblins are. They look at you guys, and they look at you, Rita, and they're actually, they seem like they're on board. They're like waiting for your word. And a lot of them are pulling out their dog slicers and stuff. And they look ready to either get the fuck out of here or stab someone.
Stab the guy next to you who thinks he's better than us, and then let's run.
What?
So then,
No,
yeah,
don't stab each other.
The goblins swarm onto Slorb. And they just rip them apart, and it seems like they're about to turn their weapons against the chief. And they do so. They just all immediately start stabbing them. It's like as if they were all just waiting for a reason to kill these two, but didn't have the courage to do it. But it seems like you've given them this courage. And as this happens, as like the chaos ensues, they're all cheering your names. They're chanting and cheering your names.
Rita, Rita.
Exactly. They seem to be fully submissive to you goblins as they all begin to like bow down before you. And you stand there in Mog Merch, you know, you're typically in a state of madness, but it seems to fill your ego even more, where you're like, oh, I could do any number of experiments on all these goblins. And then Rita, you feel powerful. You feel like a powerful leader. You felt doubt during this mission, but you've overcome it, and you feel like a strong leader. Chuffy, you clutched the book that you stole from the ship, and you just like can't help but like you're plagued with these like obsessive thoughts about how you would just want to hide in your hut and read this book. You just want to open it up and look at the pages, and then unbeknownst to anyone else, it seems like your fever, Poog, has passed. The fever that you're feeling before is past, but you feel like rather than passing, it seems to kind of change into more of like a gnawing hunger.
We're getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It sounds like me, but distorted. Is it through?
It's on a slight delay. It sounds like it's coming from somebody's speakers or something.
Oh, okay. I don't hear it anymore. But you feel the sweating, the sweating and the temperature that you had before the fever seems to subside. But it's almost as if it transforms into this like unending obsessive hunger that you feel for flesh. And that's where we'll end it.
Oh God!
And that's Goblins.
Hey!
And that's Goblins.
Great, I love how the next one's gonna start out.
What was that, Adam?
The next one starts off there, right?
Yeah, if we want to keep doing Goblins, we can do that. You can start it off. You guys are now the leaders of this village. You can do whatever you want. But yeah, cool. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Well, let's end the live stream. Let's end the live stream here.
Sure.
Thank you, anyone that didn't watch, and thank you more if you did watch. That was a lot of fun. Good night.